Skies early in the day before cold front moves south, brings us the chance of rain and a few thunderstorms. Cooler air tomorrow as well. We're back in the 70s on Tuesday.
This report is sponsored by Florida Power and Light.
My name is Chrissy Lee. I have worked for FPL for 7 years. Solar is a stable fuel source, which will lead to stable bills and ultimately will produce savings for our customers.
Learn how FPL is investing in Florida's future at fpl.com/value.
To me, the most important word in the world is dignity. There are certain God-given rights to be fed, to have shelter, medicine, and clothing. When many of our clients come to us, they face the great risk of losing much of what they have. In some cases, losing everything. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. In one instant, an accident, a natural disaster, or the intentional acts of others can threaten our dignity. Whether it's the loss of a paycheck, paying medical bills, enduring a life of pain and suffering, or a claim with your own insurance company, or a business dispute and you can't afford to pay a lawyer by the hour, your dignity hangs in the balance. You only pay us if we recover for you. Let my firm fight for you, your family, and your dignity. Call us for a free consultation. Dial pound law on your cell phone. That's pound 529. Morgan & Morgan. ForThePeople.com.
In this week's Marketers Report, Patrizio Spagnoletto, Global Chief Marketing Officer Direct-to-Consumer for Warner Brothers Discovery, weighs in on building trust.
Trust is a really hard thing to build and a really easy thing to destroy, and we have to be very respectful about that. Our partnership with iHeart has really helped us build that trust and that relationship with the on-air talent.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, conversations, trusted influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. Go to iHeartResults.com for more.
We're Storm Smart. Here in Florida, that's a name people trust. For over 26 years, we've been making storm catcher screens, the leading hurricane safety product on the market, protecting over 90,000 Florida homes in communities just like yours. And while storms may come and go, one thing's for sure, Storm Smart's here to stay. Day in and day out, we'll be here, working harder to make sure you can breathe a little easier. SMART is protecting our community, today and tomorrow.
Quitting tobacco isn't easy. In all honesty, it's a very hard thing to do. The good news is, Tobacco-Free Florida is here to help you quit your way. When you call Tobacco-Free Florida's phone quit service at 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW, you'll connect to a quit coach who will help you assess your addiction. You may also qualify for free nicotine patches or gum. So call us at 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW to double your chances of success. No judgments, just help.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Tara, quote, "My doctor wanted me to do saline rinses for my allergies, but I've never been able to successfully use a neti pot. Navage uses suction power, so it's foolproof. There are nights when I'll have particularly bothersome allergies. I'll bust it out, and the results are immediate. It's such a relief. It's become a lifesaver." Unquote. She's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Subscription required.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 90% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/radio. At Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the biggest brands at 90% off. That's right, get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but 90% cheaper. It's the same medication you get from your doctor, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/radio. That's forhims.com/radio for your free online visit. forhims.com/radio.
Florida Community Health Centers provide pediatric and adult care, as well as COVID services for West Palm Beach. Florida Community Health Centers is located at 5827 Corporate Way, Suite 135 in West Palm Beach. To learn more or to schedule an appointment in West Palm Beach, visit fchcinc.org. That's fchcinc.org. Florida Community Health Centers wants everyone to stay safe and stay healthy.
On the free iHeartRadio app, you never pay to hear what you love, and you never wait to hear what you want. Save your money, save your time, and listen anywhere. Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
One accident along 95 in Palm Beach County. It's in Delray Beach, southbound. Hit and run. This is right by Linton Boulevard on the right shoulder. And otherwise, just the two construction areas that are going to cause you some issues. And for quite a while, Lake Worth Beach, 6th Avenue South, shut down between Congress and Grove Street on the west side of 95. And you've got the US 1 bridge over the Intracoastal that links you between Jupiter and Tequesta shut down for about 20 months. So look for your alternates. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Reset your rest at Mattress Firm's Big Spring Sale. Shop top brands today and save up to $700. Plus, get a free adjustable base with select purchases. Time to score big savings on your dream bed.
Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
The weekend's over. We hope you had a great one.
I swear to God, I'm going to come down harder on you on Monday.
What is today?
It's going to be like a friggin' hurricane.
Today's Monday.
Well, then.
Well, then you better bring it.
Bring what?
Coffee and donuts?
Yeah.
Oh, it's already been brought.
That would make my day.
Monday. Showtime.
Well, color me happy. There's a sofa in here for two.
First time in an elevator.
Penthouse.
The Penthouse. Wow, great view. I bet you can see all the way to the ocean from out here.
Penthouse, top floor, got everything I need and a lot more. High ceilings, marble floor, and my penthouse.
Hey, Mr. Greek, can I get your autograph?
Hey, Greek, what's happening, pal?
I'm 6 deep behind a 4. You can't find me.
Oh my God, it's Greek!
You're listening to The Penthouse. Here's The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
Yes, you're here with us on a Monday. If you were late today for work, don't feel bad. A lot of people were late. A lot of people staggered out of the house. Bathrooms, bedrooms, bunk beds. It was tough. It's even tough for the G-Man today, I got to be honest with you. But it is a Monday. We are now full steam ahead towards spring. St. Patrick's Day on Friday. Man, there was parties this weekend. Did you get an Oscar? Let us know if you got an Oscar. And a lot more happened this week, and we'll find out all about it with the crew. Good morning, Jimmy.
Hello, and good morning.
And good morning, Francis.
Hi, good morning. Happy Monday.
How are you?
Don't I sound great?
You do. You sound awesome.
Yep.
So last night was the Oscars. Oscar. Jimmy's got some audio right out of the gate with Jimmy Kimmel just ripping it up a little.
We know this is a special night for you. We want you to have fun. We want you to feel safe. And most importantly, we want me to feel safe. So we have strict policies in place. If anyone in this theater commits an act of violence at any point during the show, you will be awarded the Oscar for Best Actor.
All right.
And permitted to give a 19-minute long speech.
I wasn't seeing that coming.
No, but seriously, the Academy has a crisis team in place. If anything unpredictable or violent happens during the ceremony, just do what you did last year. Nothing.
Nothing. Not a damn thing.
Sit there and do absolutely nothing.
That's awesome.
That was the big addressing of the slap.
Right at the get-go, huh? That was in the beginning?
Yeah, well, that was part of the opening monologue.
Yeah.
I saw it. I watched all 15 minutes of it. It was, it was pretty good. I think he did a great job addressing it there. He also had another great joke that kind of went along the lines with it, too.
It was some year for diversity and inclusion. We have nominees from every corner of Dublin. 5 Irish actors are nominated tonight, which means the odds of another fight on stage just went way up.
That's line. They do like to fight.
Drink, have a good time.
Fighting Irish, right?
The Fighting Irish, Notre Dame. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I don't know how the ratings went. I'm sure it started off good. Lady Gaga had a good performance. A little confused. A lot of people were. She was in the audience, and she was all made up. And then she was on stage, and she had no makeup on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a little bit different. But she sang her ass off. She really did a great job. And there was...
she has such a beautiful voice.
Yeah.
It is really just absolutely amazing, you know. And that kind of took me, too, because they showed her in the opening monologue. And, I mean, she had the reddest of red lipstick on and, all made up. I mean, looked, exactly what you would expect, right? Yep. And then she performs and doesn't have a stitch of makeup, took everything off. And
jeans.
Yeah, somebody also made mention. I didn't see the whole performance, but somebody made mention about the wardrobe was obviously quite different.
Oh, yeah, she had ripped jeans
she had
on
like
t-shirt.
a black t-shirt on, yeah.
Ripped jeans.
Mm-hmm.
And then Hugh Grant, he got some juice. He was, and the carpet, the coverage started 2:00 yesterday in the afternoon on ABC. I was watching one of the basketball games, tournament games, and I was flicking around at this bar I was at. And they were started 2:00 in the afternoon.
It's like an all-day affair. It's like the Super Bowl now.
I was going to say, because the Academy Awards don't start till 8. That's pretty early.
It was.
6 hours worth of coverage. Who needs that?
So I think Jimmy's got the audio with Hugh Grant, who's getting beat up a little.
Guess he had a little bit of a controversial joke, and this is what it was.
We're actually here to do 2 things. The first is to raise awareness about the vital importance of using a good moisturizer. Andy has been wearing one every day for the last 29 years. I've never used one in my life. Still stunning, basically a scrotum.
Taking a shot at himself.
He was also interviewed before the whole thing started, and he was not too friendly.
Really?
Yeah, and he got pretty beat up about that. That went viral with a lot of his answers. And
that's a shame. I really do enjoy him. I like him. I like what he does in movies as an actor. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, you're gonna say stuff, it's gonna get out there, then all of a sudden it goes viral, and he was being interviewed, and he was given one-word answers. He came across a little brisk, shall we say?
Brisk, huh? That's a weird way to describe somebody.
Brisk, fast.
I used it this weekend. I said, Greek, you're a little brisk. I said, I'm a little brisk tonight, so if I seem a little short, I'm not. I'm just a little brisk.
Were they confused? Did they give you a confused look? Because I probably would have.
No.
Okay.
No,
got it.
I didn't know them. So again, daylight savings time. If you guys want to call us about it, was it hard for you yesterday or today? Again, everybody's phone changes automatically. A couple ways you get involved with the show: 877-927-6969. You could also email Jimmy at realradio921.com, or you could text us first put in Real Radio, then 47142. Those are the ways to get in. Jimmy, did you have any difficulty getting up this morning?
No, it was a fairly normal morning. The biggest difference I noticed, obviously, is driving all the way to work in the dark. Again, whereas we've been usually by at least 1/3 of the way into my drive, it's pretty much daylight out or close enough to,
Sure.
So that's changed. So no, it wasn't a bad weekend. We had some friends over on Saturday night, so we were kind of up late as it was and into the into the morning hours. And then when I woke up on Sunday morning, I had an appointment to get the oil changed in my car, so I went over and took care of that. But it was a little bit on Sunday morning, but nothing more because I was up late.
Yeah, sure.
Later than normal.
Yeah.
And it really didn't have anything to do with the time frame. And then I didn't have any other plans on Sunday, so it wasn't that big of a deal for me.
Yeah. Today, I think for a lot of people, it was hard. Yeah, I think, especially when you wake up and it's dark. Depending on what time you start work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely think that. And St. Patrick's Day, I mean, they already start a lot of parties in Delray. Franny, how was your weekend? I know you had a lot going on.
Yeah, I worked about 30 hours all weekend.
That's it?
Yeah.
My
yeah,
God.
yeah.
You couldn't go for 40?
I know. I was shooting for 40, right?
Slacker.
So lazy. I texted my husband. I was like, I feel like I got hit by the bright line this morning. Just being on my feet, no breaks, no anything for yesterday and Saturday.
Bright line gets hit by everybody.
Yeah, bright line. I got not a bus, a fast train.
That's
is
right.
what I feel like I got hit by. And my husband texts me. He's like, I'm so exhausted too. And I'm like, about what?
Why is he tired?
You were on the other side, drinking and hanging out. He's like, I'm so exhausted. I was like, you can't compare. But
I'm tired. From what?
and I did forget about the time change. I did. It was a bit of an attitude this morning, I must say. But I do want to give a shout out. We had so many people from Real Radio come out, and I specifically, because they were like, can you? And I made sure I put their names in my phone so I would not forget. But Wesley and Joe, they were really cool. So if you guys are listening, thank you for coming out. But yeah, tons of people from Real Radio, and Gator, and Wild 95.5. Yeah, we had a bunch of people. So good time, great turnout, beautiful weekend. So yeah, we got our asses handed to us for sure.
Yeah.
Lots of drinking.
Lots of drinking
lots
going on.
Lots of beer, lots of Jameson, yeah.
There'll be a lot of parties all week.
Yeah, well, you mentioned about the St. Patrick's Day starting early, so there was a parade somewhere. I think Mo from Mo and Sally were there, right?
The Delray one?
Yeah, I think I'm not sure which one, but they, because I saw a couple of videos online throwing out T-shirts and doing some different things. So they start this weekend, and then of course it'll probably go right into next
Friday.
weekend. This is turning into one of those
a week
to a full week or 10 days worth of celebration now.
Yeah, I wonder how much Jameson will be used this week. I mean, bought this week.
Well,
Wow.
it's interesting because, a lot of you get them from your suppliers and stuff, but the big festivals, like we had to go for another run. Even Saturday, we ran out of certain beers and we had kegs. And most of them, So they said my husband was there and he knows the guy who runs the festival, Dave, fantastic guy. He used to work for him when he used to bounce. So Matt showed up and he was like, we're kind of out of beer, but there's a festival down south. They said he'll give us kegs. So my husband drove all the way down to Las Olas.
Oh, that was nice.
To an Irish fest that was going on, and I guess it wasn't as busy, and they're somewhat partners. So they loaded up about 16 kegs in the back of his truck, and he brought them up for yesterday.
Oh, I'll be damned.
For Sunday.
That's very nice of him.
Yeah,
See, he was busting his ass, Franny.
Yeah.
What are you giving him grief for?
He didn't pick up one keg, though. I asked him. I was like, did you do? And he was like, yeah, no, I watched everybody else put the kegs in the back of my truck.
It's his truck.
So it definitely did help because people were drinking. We thought we had enough, and we definitely did not.
Yeah, if you had to get 16 more.
Yep. And then with the Jameson, what I was saying is that we had to get like the 1.5 bottles instead of the 750s, which are the normal size, because we were running out of them. Yeah, and not just that, they were charging more for the small ones than they were for the 1.5s. Yeah, because they were more popular for the restaurants and bars and stuff.
Wow,
isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it is.
45 for a 750, and they were charging 35 for the handles.
For a half gallon?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
Give me a half gallon all day.
Right?
Come on, Jameson. My God. That is crazy. And, of course, we'll talk about filling out your bracket because this is the only week you can go up to a girl and say, how's your bracket? Hats off to FAU. First time in 20 years they made the tournament.
Awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah, 20 years they haven't made a tournament. Them and the Canes, Florida State and Florida will both be playing golf. But and FAU got a tough situation. They got a tough game, first of all.
A couple of notables that didn't make it, too.
Carolina.
Clemson and Carolina, Rutgers. Couple, I know Rutgers isn't a huge program, but they usually make it.
Yeah, they're like 50-50 every year, but North Carolina, I think it's first time in 20-something years.
Yeah,
they won it all last year.
That was a big one.
Yeah, they were preseason going in to be number one. I mean, they went to the finals last year. Excuse me, Kansas won. But they did not have a good season, and they already declined going to the NIT, so they're not going to do it. The Canes, we'll see how they do. One of their star players got hurt Friday night, and that really changed when they played Duke. Duke won the ACC. But FAU, big celebrations last night in Boca. First time in 20 years they made the big dance. So hats off to them. Great job, guys. I wish you all the luck in the world. They got Memphis first round. We'll fill out some brackets on the Penthouse, all of us. And a lot of March Madness will begin. They said almost $15 billion will be bet on the March Madness. It is Francis, Jimmy, and the Greek. We'll come back on Real Radio 92.1 on a Monday. Your clocks are ahead. Are you? Peace.
Real Radio is the News Junkie.
I weigh myself about once a week, and I am butt naked on the scale.
I did it the other day, also butt naked, but I had my phone in my hand, and I'm like, obviously.
20-pound phone.
Yeah, that's adding
This
a lot.
is
20-pound phone.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 2 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Get ready to celebrate your favorite podcasts at our iHeart Podcast Awards. Tune in as the best podcasts take home awards in categories like comedy, crime, pop culture, and more. Watch on iHeartRadio's YouTube channel and Facebook page, and listen on iHeartRadio tomorrow night at 9.
Are you looking for some non-dairy deliciousness? Discover the rich, creamy taste of Planet Oat milk. It's delicious in coffee, smoothies, cereal, or by the glass. Planet Oat milk tastes every bit as marvelous as the delicious moments it inspires. Pick it up in your local grocery store today.
Hey, it's Megan. If you're bored of pouring the same old cocktails, I've got the perfect remedy. Try a versatile spirit that makes any recipe an instant fan favorite. It's Knox & Dunn Florida rum, and it's not like the rums you're used to. It's a smooth, straight barrel rum that's great in Bloody Marys, Old Fashions, and mojitos, just to name a few of the endless possibilities. I'm seeing Knox & Dunn Florida rum pop up in more and more liquor stores around Florida, but if you don't see Knox & Dunn where you buy your spirits, tell them to get with the program and carry Florida's fastest growing local craft spirit, and they'll be thanking you later.
What would you do if a secret cabal of the most powerful folks in the United States told you, hey, let's start a coup?
Back in the 1930s, a Marine named Smedley Butler was all that stood between the U.S. and fascism.
I'm Ben Bolin.
I'm Alex French.
And I'm Smedley Butler. Join us for this sordid tale of ambition, treason, and what happens when evil tycoons have too much time on their hands.
Listen to Let's Start a Coup on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you find your favorite shows.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Haley, quote, Navage is the best thing I bought. I love it. My nose feels so clear now and I can breathe. I've been struggling with a stuffy nose for weeks. I bought Navage and it's amazing. Or this one. I use Navage every night, could not imagine life without it. I have 5 cats, and before I found Navage, I was a clogged mess. Now I breathe so much better, unquote. Those are 2 of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
What happened during COVID I call the car rush, like the gold rush. It was crazy. Cars went nuts. Then they came down hard. And now they're leveling off, and I believe they're coming up a little bit. So if you want to sell your car, go to GiveMeTheVin.com, and you will get a good check, a quick payoff, a clean pickup, and a great experience. They don't call us America's best car buyer for nothing.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Tara, quote, my doctor wanted me to do saline rinses for my allergies, but I've never been able to successfully use a neti pot. Navage uses suction power, so it's foolproof. There are nights when I'll have particularly bothersome allergies. I'll bust it out, and the results are immediate. It's such a relief. It's become a lifesaver. Unquote. She's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life. In office, West Palm Beach.
When you hire your local CertaPro painters, you get
the power of a cut above.
Decades of expertise to transform your home. From so-so to virtuoso.
The power of neighborhood painters.
We live where you live. and probably like the same pizza place you do.
Put the power of pro
to work for you today. Get your project started at CertaPro.com.
Each Certapro Painters business is independently owned and operated. License information available at CertaPro.com.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Subscription required.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 90% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/radio. At Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the biggest brands at 90% off. That's right, get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but 90% cheaper. It's the same medication you get from your doctor, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/radio. That's 4hims.com/radio for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/RADIO.
Hey y'all, this is your girl Cheryl Underwood, and I want to tell you something. My digestive system used to make me feel sluggish, but those days are over. Now I feel great. That's because I increased my fiber intake with the Metamucil 2-week challenge, and I'm still hooked. I just took Metamucil every day for 14 days, and it's really that easy. Metamucil traps and removes the waste that weighs you down, so you feel lighter and more energetic. Now I never want to go back to that heavy feeling. Are you ready for the Metamucil 2-week challenge? For a coupon and daily support, sign up at Metamucil.com today.
When I can't sleep, my mind just races. I think about work, the kids, but I don't think about taking melatonin because I'm afraid I'll feel groggy in the morning.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies has an optimal dose of melatonin for no next-day grogginess, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake up feeling refreshed. ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies for better sleep like never before. And try Pure Z Sleep plus next-day energy with melatonin plus extended-release B vitamins.
Hey y'all, this is your girl Cheryl Underwood, and I want to tell you something. My digestive system used to make me feel sluggish, but those days are over. Now I feel great. That's because I increased my fiber intake with the Metamucil 2-week challenge, and I'm still hooked. I just took Metamucil every day for 14 days, and it's really that easy. Metamucil traps and removes the waste that weighs you down, so you feel lighter and more energetic. Metamucil.com today.
You're listening to Real Radio 92.1, and we are an iHeart radio station. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Monday. Good morning, everybody. I hope you guys are having a good day so far. And it's a little slow for you today. It's okay, because the clocks went ahead, and some people are probably like, what the hell time it is? Jimmy's in the house.
Hello, and good morning.
Good morning, Francis.
Hello, good morning.
And, Fran, let me ask you, what night do you think will be crazier? People have been asking me, Thursday night or Friday night for St. Patrick's Day?
Friday, because Friday's St. Patrick's Day.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the actually official holiday. So, and then you have, most people will have Saturday off.
Mhm.
So, yeah, definitely Friday.
Friday night will be a little bit crazier.
I don't know if Thursday's going to be that crazy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. So if you got plans, make sure you do them on Thursday if you want to get out there. Friday's going to be crazy. And I think you'll be seeing celebrations all week. And I think everybody's Irish this week. A lot of people are. There's no doubt about it. 877-927-6969. That is our number. If you want to call us, talk about your plans for St. Patrick's Day or what you did this weekend. Always want to hear what's going on. Again, it is March Madness. The brackets are out. So we'll all fill out a bracket on the Penthouse. There's a lot of pools going out there, different wagers. They said 68 million Americans will have some kind of wager on the tournament. You guys believe that number?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Nothing surprises me when it comes to gambling anymore.
Yeah.
Speaking of, this is very random, but speaking of March Madness, it's Hormel, right? They make bacon and ham and stuff like that. So they are partnering up with the NCAA, the tourney that who makes the hard courts for a new brand of or flavor of bacon.
Ooh.
So if you want your bacon to taste like hardwood.
Wow. That's different.
Wow. Who doesn't?
Is it going to be expensive?
So it's Hormel. They're offering.
They work on the sausage that way, too?
They're offering bacon lovers and college basketball diehard fans a chance to taste what they say the most elite smoked meat ever. It is the new Hardcourt Smoked Hormel Black Label Bacon, and it's first of its kind, and it's actually smoked with the same cherry maple wood that they used to make the final floors of the 2023 college basketball tournament.
I gotcha.
Yes.
So the actual floors are going to be in the bacon.
The wood that they use on the floors.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
yes.
I'm sure it'll do well. People will try it, and then a lot of people love bacon.
It's a limited time, so starting today's the 13th, right through the 20th, you can actually check it out. But I think you have to go to their website. That's hardcourt.blacklabelbacon.com if you want to purchase it. But very interesting.
Right off the top.
I know, right? Hardcourt.blacklabelbacon.com. But I love bacon. I'd be down to try it. I don't know if I'm going to buy it, but but it's one of those things. I bet you some people will buy it and they'll sell it on eBay for
sure, you're right, and they'll make money
20 times the amount.
Of course, limited time, right?
Yeah,
I'm sure that they're doing this for. So it's anything that's limited, obviously, will have a higher value.
Yep.
Yeah, the games will continue. They'll start Wednesday, but Thursday and Friday is when they really get going. Saturday and Sunday. The next 3 weekends. The team has to win 6 straight to win it all.
All the playing games are done now, or do they still have that?
They have
one extra.
Yeah, the one on Wednesday.
That's Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think it's a Jersey school, too. I think Fairleigh Dickinson might be.
Well, there's one for all 4, right? Doesn't it?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure, but actual tournament starts Thursday and Friday. There's 16 games both days, which is crazy. And I'll start early in the morning. I mean, I'll start at 12 o'clock, and I'll go until 12 o'clock at night and Friday. But I don't think as many people like years ago would take off work as they once did, because they get it on their phones now.
Don't need to.
Yeah, it's a little bit different than it once was. I mean, some people might want to do it and just check it out. Great weekend to be in Vegas. Weather still is not great in Vegas. It's still pretty cold for this time of year and for Vegas.
Yeah, we just had friends who were there over the weekend, and they said it was pretty chilly.
Yeah, Vegas has had a terrible winter. Our good buddy Teddy Cover said worst winter in 20 years, which is surprising because usually by Easter, it's nice.
Yeah. And when you say worst, cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, just unseasonably cold for them out there.
Rain.
And I think they even got a little bit of snow, too, which was not, they get some, but not usually too much. And I don't know if they got an extra amount of snow, but obviously the cold is what I know Teddy's been talking about. And of course, we've seen it in the news as well.
Yeah, they definitely have gotten hit hard this year. A lot of dust storms, they said, different things like that. Just, it's just unusual for them. So we'll see what happens. But if you're out there and it's just don't think, hey, let me jump on a plane and go out there. It's going to be warm. It's not. But you're gambling. You're having a good time. So you're probably not even thinking about it. But you do want some pool time when you get out there. It is the Penthouse, and it is a Monday. You guys get involved. You want to talk about the Oscars, maybe changing your clocks. How was it? March Madness. What are you thinking? How do you feel? And again, hats off to FAU. First time in 20 years they made the tournament. So hats off to that program. They had everybody last night at the gym. It looked like a pack, bunch of people getting crazy and rooting for FAU. It is Jimmy, Francis, and Greek. It is a Monday, and we'll be back in a few minutes in the Penthouse. Peace.
Rover's Morning Glory.
People will do anything to lose weight. You're taking one of these new weight loss drugs?
In 5 weeks, I've lost 21 pounds.
Oh, God.
But let me tell you, I have been running to the bathroom. At night, all I can do is roll in the bed and pray that it passes. So am I really losing the weight from the drugs, or am I losing it from running to the bathroom?
Yeah, every time you eat, you're just crapping your brains out.
And then these burps that it gives you, there's no controlling them, and they sound different, and they smell. It's the worst smell you've ever smelled in your life.
Rover's Morning Glory.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10 on Real Radio 92.1 for the Palm Beaches and 101.7 for the Treasure Coast.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Our skies are mostly clear as we get started on this Monday. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s as you head out the door, but it is going to be a warm day. We're going to head to around 90 this afternoon with mostly sunny skies early in the day before a cold front moves south. Brings us the chance of rain and a few thunderstorms. Cooler air tomorrow as well. We're back in the 70s on Tuesday.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com, and I sell custom blinds designed for do-it-yourselfers. Unlike stock blinds offered at big box retailers, Blindster blinds are custom made for your windows and shipping is free. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
When I can't sleep, my mind just races. I think about work, the kids, but I don't think about taking melatonin because I'm afraid I'll feel groggy in the morning.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies has an optimal dose of melatonin for no next-day grogginess, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake up feeling refreshed. ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies for better sleep like never before. And try Pure Z Sleep plus Next Day Energy with melatonin plus extended-release B vitamins.
We're Storm Smart. Here in Florida, that's a name people trust. For over 26 years, we've been making storm catcher screens, the leading hurricane safety product on the market, protecting over 90,000 Florida homes in communities just like yours. And while storms may come and go, one thing's for sure, Storm Smart's here to stay. Day in and day out, we'll be here, working harder to make sure you can breathe a little easier. Smart is protecting our community, today and tomorrow.
Hey, it's Greek from Monroe's and Palm Beach. The best view in Palm Beach are the girls at Monroe's, 7 days a week until 5 a.m. Adult entertainment, upscale dining, full bar, full liquor, and full nude. And on Friday night, it's Fantasy Fridays. And who doesn't want to kick off the weekend? It's the girls at Monroe's bringing your fantasies to life. Monroe's in Palm Beach. Get over there today and enjoy yourself with a beautiful lady by your side. Peace!
I studied Spanish in college and never got fluent. But then I tried Babbel.
Want the most effective way to learn another language? In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel's bite-sized lessons will have you learning another language in as little as 3 weeks.
Babbel is all conversation-based, so it gets you speaking quickly about things you actually talk about in the real world.
You'll really see a difference in how you can speak and how conversational you can be in just a few weeks.
Babbel isn't just lessons. You can listen to podcasts, play games, watch videos. You can even take live online classes with a language teacher. There are so many ways to learn with Babbel.
The lessons online and in the app make it easy to learn from pretty much anywhere.
University studies have shown that using Babbel for 15 hours is equivalent to a semester of college Spanish. If you want to learn a new language, there's no better way than Babbel. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com. Finding great people to hire is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. It's pretty difficult, right? Well, ZipRecruiter has mastered finding a needle in a haystack, so they take it to the next level. They make hiring so simple that it's like finding a needle in a needle stack. And that's why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Here's what it's like to use ZipRecruiter. They have so many qualified candidates that it's easier to find the right ones for your roles. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's a lot of needles. So how do they do it? ZipRecruiter's powerful technology sends you candidates who are a great match for your job, and you can even invite your top choices to apply. So if you want less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Eric was way behind on his taxes.
I owed a lot of money to the IRS, almost $15,000. I tried to make payments.
The IRS wasn't satisfied with Eric's efforts, so they came after him full force.
They're coming to put a lien and a hold on all my income, my home, my car. I was just overwhelmed at what to do.
Then Eric called Optima Tax Relief.
When Optima Tax got involved, the calls would stop, the threats would stop. It was easy like, 1, 2, 3.
Optima Tax Relief is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, and their team of expert tax professionals took care of Eric's problem.
I owe $15,000, and now my debt is clean. I don't owe anything.
Take Eric's advice.
If you have a tax problem, you need to call Optima Tax now.
Call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Reset your rest at Mattress Firm's Big Spring Sale. Shop top brands today and save up to $700. Plus, get a free adjustable base with select purchases. Time to score big savings on your dream bed.
getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
We have a car fire on the Turnpike in Delray Beach. This is northbound right by Atlantic Avenue. Right lane is blocked, and you've got those backups. Stop and go to stop and crawl, backing into the Boca Raton area. Elsewhere, 95 southbound into the Hope Sound area. This is just a couple miles south of Bridge Road. You've got a semi-tire in the left lane. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Shopping for new blinds? At Blindster, we offer over 50 different blinds, shades, and shutters at low prices, custom made for your windows, and shipping is free. Shop at home and order 10 free samples of any product before you buy. Blindster.com.
As many as half of workers battling cancer choose to hide their condition from their employers. It's time for those in charge to take charge. Together, Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center and Publicis Group are urging companies worldwide to take a stand and pledge to help create a more open, supportive, and recovery-forward culture at work. Half of us will get cancer during our lifetime, but we all have a role to play. Sign the pledge today at workingwithcancerpledge.com and follow #WorkingWithCancer on social media.
Device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio. Go on. Tell it. Show that damn thing who's boss. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in The Penthouse on a Monday. Good morning, everybody. The week of St. Patrick's Day. It'll be here before you know it on Friday the 17th. And it is the Madness also combined. Ooh, that'll be a lot of drinking going on. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good morning.
Francis is here.
Hello, good morning.
And I'm always misplacing something. It's time for a trifecta in this day in history.
Riders up. It's Creek's Trifecta.
All right, Aaron Rodgers said an answer will be coming soon. He was on a podcast yesterday. For those who care, if you don't care, he says, who cares about you? Don't pay attention. But we'll find out this week, I think. I think this week, if he's going to go to the New York Jets. The Packers have basically said, hey, we're done with you. We're ready to move on. This has been on the table for a while, so we will see what happens. And the Miami Dolphins had a huge day yesterday. They picked up Jalen Ramsey, cornerback. This guy's been All-Pro 3 times out of Florida State for barely nothing.
It was like a third-round pick, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty impressive, Freddie.
Well, thank
great
you.
job. You got so much going on there.
Just keep up with things.
That's good. Great pickup for the Dolphins.
I know. Everybody was just like, what did they just do? How did this happen?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And they also picked up Tua's fifth year on his contract, so it looks like he's sticking around for a while. If you're a Dolphin fan yesterday, my God, that was a great pickup. And I know season tickets are tough to get. They were sold out last year, and I know this year they're almost done with season tickets. But hats off to the Dolphins. They picked up Ramsey for barely nothing, and this is really going to help their defense. It really is. I'm sure they're going to do some more stuff. Don't forget the draft is next month. I believe it's April 24th through 27th. I think they got a third-round pick, but they might have just traded that away. But they do have a couple picks, free agency. We'll see what happens with the Dolphins. But they're really going in the right direction. Hopefully they have a good season. We'll see what happens if they get if the Jets get Rodgers, if that changes. And we did talk about it a little bit, and you'll hear about it for the next 2.5, 3 weeks constantly. March Madness is here. $15.5 billion will be bet on it. Our FAU Owls and the Canes, both teams are going to be in the Madness. And we'll see what happens with both of them. FAU got a tough draw, though. They got Memphis first round, who just beat Houston yesterday and won their whole conference. So, again, though, hats off to FAU, the Owls, the coaching staff, everybody involved down there, all the kids. Get out, support them, man. Give them some love. Because when you achieve something that you haven't done in 20 years, that says a lot about the program and what goes on. And also, women's basketball is going on. They'll have their tournament. South Carolina is favorite, and they are number 1 seed. And that is your trifecta. And now it's over to Jimmy for this day in history.
On this day in history.
Well, we're going to travel back 384 years in 1639, a school you might have heard of, Harvard College.
Harvard
was named for clergyman John Harvard. 242 years ago today, in 1781, William Herschel discovered, here come the jokes, Uranus, the 7th planet from the sun. Uranus was the first planet to be discovered with the aid of a telescope.
That was wasn't this in this day in history because they discovered the rings around Uranus last week?
Yeah, I believe it. Last week, yeah.
A lot of Uranus talk.
A lot of Uranus talk. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Have a Jameson on me.
171 years ago today, in 1852, Uncle Sam was first featured as a cartoon character in a magazine. 122 years ago today, the year was 1901, amidst increasing anti-gambling sentiment, wagering on horse racing is banned in San Francisco, California. Boo. 2 days later, Ingleside Racetrack closes. 81 years ago today, 1942, the Quartermaster Corps of the United States Army begins training dogs for the newly established War Dog program, or what we ended up knowing as the Canine Corps. 58 years ago today, in 1965, Eric Clapton quit the Yardbirds. There's a movie I think a whole bunch of us saw. 54 years ago today, 1969, Disney classic The Love Bug was released. 44 years ago today, 1979, remember this show? The Ropers, starring Norman Fell and Audrey Lindley, debuted on ABC. Of course, that was a spin-off to Three's Company.
I don't think I knew that.
No? 41 years ago today, in 1982, another show, T.J. Hooker, starring William Shatner, Heather Locklear, and Adrian Zmed, debuted on ABC. 35 years ago today, in 1988, a lot of guys' hero, John Holmes, was estimated to have had sex with over 10,000 women. Unfortunately, he passed away on this day of an AIDS-related illness.
Oh, wow.
31 years ago today, the second greatest movie of all time was released in 1992. Of course, that movie was...
Did you say Ute?
That's right, I did say Ute. My Cousin Vinny was released on this day.
My Cousin Vinny.
What is a Ute? Are you mocking me, boy?
Oh, my God.
You got mud in your tires.
Oh, God.
I can probably quote that movie as much as I can at Caddyshack. 17 years ago today, in 2006, Black Sabbath was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame alongside of Leonard Skinner, Blondie, Miles Davis, and the Sex Pistols. By the way, I didn't know this. The Sex Pistols actually declined the honor, but they were inducted anyway.
I can see that. They were rebels.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
11 years ago today, in 2012, Encyclopedia Britannica Inc. announced that it was ceasing publication of its print version, the oldest and longest continually published English language general print encyclopedia.
I remember we had the whole set of Encyclopedia Britannicas, the whole entire thing.
They used to come to your door, right?
Yeah, they used to sell them door to door.
Sure
One of
did.
the more common ones that we knew of is next to vacuum cleaners.
Yeah, that's how we do our essays and our research papers, besides hitting up the library and the Dewey Decimal System. And now these kids are right there in their fingertips.
Google.
Yes, they don't realize how lucky they have it.
Pretty
how
much
easy.
Did the end of that. And finally, on this day, 10 years ago, in 2013. Does this name sound familiar to either of you? Jorge Mario Bergoglio.
No.
Francis?
No.
No? That was is the Archbishop of Buenos Aires. He was elected to being Pope of the Roman Catholic Church. We know him as Francis I. He succeeded Benedict XVI, of course, who had resigned.
Interesting.
Yeah. They usually take on a name.
A saint's name?
Right?
Is that it?
And, but when I saw the name, I was like, oh boy, that's right. I mean, he did that, but I just don't recall it.
I didn't know his real name. Yeah.
And that's what happened on this wonderful day, March 13th, in our history.
Thank you, Jimmy. We do it once a show so you guys can reflect on the day you're actually in and maybe get some good memories of stuff. And also,
did you say Ute?
Ute?
What is a Ute?
Ute.
What is a Ute?
Now, did Pesci get an Academy Award for that? No, he got an Academy Award for Goodfellas, I believe, as a supporting actor.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know if my cousin Vinny got any
accolades.
Again, I don't know how many categories they have for comedies.
I think
best comedy. And
Marissa Tomei. I think did she get an award for
maybe
it? I think she might have gotten an award for
maybe
that.
She did. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Pesci got it for Goodfellas.
Yeah.
Supporting
she
actor.
finally got it right because My biological clock is ticking over here. Meanwhile, my cousin's cousin is getting married.
Oh, my God, that is unbelievable. That is like right on.
Just imagine, you were a little deer.
She did. I think she got an Academy Award for Best Supporting Role, maybe? Yeah, My Cousin Vinny. I think she did.
I'll be damned. How about that?
Oh, my God. If you close your eyes and you're doing that, I can actually see the movie. I'm like, oh, my God. And that's
It's a bull crap question. Why is it a bull crap question?
I told you I went by that little square with the courthouse and stuff. It's in a small town in Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even though they say it's supposed to be in Alabama, right?
Right.
But yeah, it looks exactly like it does in the movies.
Bet the Chinese food sucks here.
Oh, my God. You're killing me. And didn't you go by where the Forrest Gump, where the bench is and it's missing?
In Savannah, yeah. The benches, it was never there.
Okay.
There are benches because it's a park, but that one specific spot, there's like a little plaque that says that this is the spot that he was sitting at the bench.
Sat, right?
Well, we pretended because there was no benches.
So there's no benches now, so that was a prop?
Yes,
Okay.
like for, the movie itself. I mean, there's benches, like I said, in that little square area, but the specific one that's in the movie is not there. In Forrest Gump, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep.
You call him up. What a guy.
Where's this bench at?
I came all the way down here for the freaking
But it tells
bench.
you that this is the spot that it was filmed. Like I said, like it's a little plaque on the ground.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. So G-Man's mentioned daylight saving time. And a lot of us are having some issues, maybe sleeping, waking up, whatever it is. And this is interesting. So I've talked about my plight having some issues with sleeping at home, and it's just specifically due to snoring and stuff like that. And it may not just be snoring. Maybe somebody is a blanket hog, maybe, or a bed hog, and you just have a hard time sleeping. It looks like that I am not alone because almost half of people claim that they would sleep in separate beds to get better rest. Now, I didn't realize March was National Sleep Awareness Month, did you?
No.
If it wasn't already on your calendar, you should put it on your calendar. Yeah, it's Sleep Awareness Month.
All right, let me get it on there.
We're 13 days in. They got screwed.
I know. We didn't realize this until just today.
Oh, my God. I feel bad.
As I mentioned, 35% people wake up because their partner steals the covers. It's not always about snoring, right? Another 35 say the tossing and turning bothers them. And there's other common disruptors, sleeping with the TV on, which some people enjoy and others don't, right? Snoring, sleeping with the lights on. Who likes that? I love this. A partner not showering before bed. A stinky partner, I guess. Children climbing into the bed. I'm sure a lot of people have to deal with that.
Oh, yeah. It's brutal.
And so they also found that people who slept in the same room as a family member growing up, like a sibling, had an easier time dealing with sleep disruptions as an adult because you were just used to it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, the thing with somebody snoring, I think, unless it's a big bedroom, I mean, it's almost that you got to, it probably would be a difference if you helped if you slept in a different room. Because if it's not, even if separate beds, if the room's not that big, you're still
Well,
going
I
to
think
hear
by
it.
separate beds, they probably mean separate bedrooms. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that would be my assumption.
I assumed it too when I read the article that it was referencing a different room.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
just thought separate beds.
Well,
yeah.
I see your point because, I mean, literally they say that, but
Yes.
I thought that as well.
Yep. So, I mean, I get it. And it looks like I'm not alone because almost half of Americans are on the same boat.
Yeah, I mean, you just be like, high five, talk to you in the morning.
Is that what you're saying? Do you high five each other before bed?
Or something else.
Okay.
You might want to do a couple things. But then if you, were just with somebody, wouldn't you feel bad if you went into the other room? Because then it's almost like a one-night stand. And then you're like, all right, I'm out. I'm going to the other room. Got my little candy and I'm out.
I don't know why it's like a one-night stand. Do it again tomorrow. And just go back to the separate bedroom.
It's a one-night stand again. It's working.
Interesting. That's not how one-night stands work. One and done is one-night stands.
Rinse and repeat.
You're right.
Yeah. That's how they work. Yeah, just one time.
Yeah. I guess they do work that way. Not in Greek land sometimes. 877-927-6969. Let us know your opinion on this. If you would sleep in a different room. Again, I thought same room, different bed. But let us know about that and how you guys feel. Also, if you had any thoughts about the Oscars, March Madness, are you excited? Are you going to bet on it? Are you filling out a bracket? Are you getting involved in a pool? Let us know about that, too. Or you can ask us any questions, Jimmy, Francis, or myself.
Well, the stories are coming out. Obviously, daylight savings, big time. Some polls have been out. And believe it or not, 21% of people believe, and this was in a new poll, said that they think changing the clocks the way we've been doing it is the best option. That's quite a bit. I mean, that's 1 out of every 5 people think that it was good to go back and forth between the two time differences, going, fall back, obviously, in the fall. 62% wanted to stop shifting, and, of course, that's probably, the majority we've seen. 17% are undecided. But here's a few more stats from the survey of people who want to stop doing it. 50% think we should switch to permanent daylight savings time, while, believe it or not, a whopping 31% want it to stay a standard time. So they don't, they would prefer to have the daylight time in the morning. Mm-hmm. Everyone else said that they don't have an opinion and to just pick one or the other and
move on
and have it stay that way. Do you know if you were in daylight savings time or standard time right now? There was a question that was posed. Most Americans didn't know.
I'm not surprised.
The poll was done last week, and 56% thought they were already in daylight savings time, which they weren't at the time. 19% of Americans prefer waking up when it is dark out, something that happens more because of obvious daylight savings time. And finally, the numbers in this poll that went along with daylight savings, 7% of Americans are waking up in the dark most of the year anyway, no matter what. That's how many said that they woke up before, of course, 5 a.m. on weekdays.
Oh, that's right.
And 68% wake up before 8 a.m. Only 13% of us roll out of bed after 9.
Must be
and
nice.
Greek knows,
Right.
Greek knows 10% of those people.
Yeah, because I date them. You would just think that when you wake up, if it's still dark out, I don't know. To me, it's got to be harder for you to wake up if you have a hard time getting up. Because I'm thinking, you look over and you're like, oh, man, it's still dark out.
Yeah, well, it depends.
Yeah, I said if you have a hard time, when you see the sunlight, you're like, all right, time to get up.
Yeah.
Let's move and groove. But everybody's different, like you said. It has become more and more of an issue, like you said, the last, 5 or 10 years. I mean, we've never heard it before, but everybody has an opinion on now.
Well, we talk about it more. It seems that, and I'm sure that that's been exasperated by social media and, people putting out opinions on even small things like this. And,
the fact that they're trying to get rid of it, too.
Yeah.
That's been talked about.
But it's also that's been going on for some time. I mean, I know that this has been a crusade for Marco Rubio, one of our senators here, for at least 3 years, I want to say. He's been trying to get this done. I mean, this isn't something new. It just seems to gain a little bit more traction each time, but it's stuck right now in the House, the last I knew. So let's hope they finally get that passed and get it moved on from. That'd be nice.
Yeah. And get sports betting, by the way, guys. Come on.
Yeah, well,
concentrate.
We're working on that. We got to get that on a referendum. We shot ourselves in the foot on that one.
And even with the health stuff that comes with it, there's been research that's done that says that not only they call it a disruption with our daily routines, but with daylight saving, which is going on right now, what we just went through, they say that there's serious health effects that come along with it. They say it includes an uptick of heart attacks and with teenagers, sleep deprivation that they've noticed. They said, in contrast, the fall transition back to standard time is not associated with any health effects. So for some reason, this time around, during spring, daylight saving, they notice a lot more heart attacks.
Heart attacks, and the kids have a hard time sleeping.
And there's a reduction in crime too. They did a study where they showed from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at night, robberies and muggings go down, stolen cars goes down.
Because it's not dark out.
Yep, theft of car parts like catalytic conversion, thefts from buildings, property damage, breaking into cars, shoplifting. These crimes all go down during that time frame because obviously it's daylight now and not dark out.
So the pros and cons. Heart attacks are up, but your cars aren't getting broken into. So... yeah,
that's a flip of a coin. 877-927-6969.
Want to take a phone call?
Sure, Jimmy.
All right, we got our buddy Vaughn checking in with us. Hey, Vaughn, what's going on, bud?
Hello, Governor.
Hi, Vaughn.
Hey, Vaughn, we haven't heard from you in a while. Yeah, we miss you too. Not really, but what's going on?
Hello, Senator.
Man, these past couple of months have been pretty eye-opening. The first month was hard.
Okay.
The second and the third month has been good to me. Very good.
Good.
I met somebody.
What's his name?
You met somebody?
Yeah, his name's Marvin.
Marvin the Martian?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's Jimmy's alter ego.
Oh, wow.
But pretty good girl. She's
nice.
honest woman.
Nice. I didn't even know you were single.
Well, he wasn't. That's why I'm confused. That's why there was a good, bad, and there's a good month, and now, or a bad month, and now there's a good month.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I'm connecting the dots here, Vaughn.
Situation. Yeah, I had a G situation.
Yeah.
So
you were paying?
I'm paying for it already.
Don't we all?
How much am I going to be paying? I don't know.
Right.
Vaughn, love don't come for free, my man.
No, she definitely did it. But I called because I miss you guys. I haven't talked to you in a long time.
Well, we're glad things are better.
It has been a while. Well, sorry you had to go through what you did, but I'm happy that you're happy again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was like, it wasn't even planned. It was an unexpected meeting, and it's been stuck ever since.
Well, that's good. Does she get high too?
Yeah, huh?
Does she get high too?
Actually, no, she doesn't.
Wow. So how's that working out?
Don't be surprised if she changes your boy.
Oh, that's good for you.
Wow. Somebody can make you stop smoking weed.
Designated driver.
She's got a powerful personality.
Nice. I know you almost stepped into that.
Nice. That's a round of applause for that one.
Franny's working. She worked 35 hours.
I don't know how I'm working, but it's functioning somehow.
99%
But that was impressive.
of
Thank
people
you.
were going one way, and she took a left turn quick.
Yeah, Franny was like, wow, she's got a powerful personality. I was ready to hit dump. Well, Vaughn, when you get knocked down in life, you get back up and you make lemons of the lemonade. So I'm happy for you. Things are going good, and I hope it works out.
Yeah, I love hearing that, Vaughn.
Yep.
You make lemonade. Wait, you make lemon with the.
Don't even try.
Get lemons and make it lemonade.
There you go.
I mean, come on. Even I can do that. Come on.
That's not what you said the first time.
Yeah, we know.
Don't pay attention.
We know. Yeah, he doesn't care, actually. That's probably the primary part.
You
But,
should be
yeah.
shocked I know your name.
Yeah, you're lucky, actually.
Are you kidding me? I've slept with people and woke up in the morning and I said, I love you, Diane. He said, it's Ralph.
Right. Money's on the dresser. Again.
I'm listening to you guys. I miss you. I haven't forgotten you. I'll call back more again eventually.
Yeah, keep us filled in with your love life. I mean, I want to hear what's going on.
I will let you know first, too, man.
All right, don't get married real quick.
Yeah. Oh, Vaughn, take care. Good to hear from you.
Love you, Vaughn.
Bye, Vaughn.
Keep smoking. Wow, this girl's got some personality. She can make him give up on you. That is, you never know what's around the corner. It is the Penthouse.
Well, let's hope that she doesn't make them. I mean, you know, I don't think that's necessarily that she has to make him stop. I mean, you know,
no,
if
he just said
wants to
she
do it.
might.
Yeah.
So you never know. It is the Penthouse on a Monday. We got some Florida stories. Franny, we got coming up. Anything with meth?
We do have meth. I got meth. I got a naked guy in Palm Beach. Yep, that made some news.
This is awesome.
What a Monday.
Meth, naked guy, and a woman who fell asleep. Normally, like you fall asleep, like maybe you might be holding a pillow or a stuffed animal. Well, she likes to cuddle with a gun. I'll fill you all the details when we get back on Real Radio 92.1.
The radio station that all the other radio stations listen to. You're welcome. Real Radio 92.1.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Our skies are mostly clear as we get started on this Monday. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s as you head out the door, but it is going to be a warm day. We're going to head to around 90 this afternoon with mostly sunny skies early in the day before a cold front moves south, brings us the chance of rain and a few thunderstorms. Cooler air tomorrow as well. We're back in the 70s on Tuesday.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. At Blindster, we offer over 50 different custom window treatments, including faux wood blinds and shutters, all at prices less than retail. Plus, we'll send you free samples before you buy. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
Spring is just around the corner, which means spring break, baby. Yes, I know most of us are not students, but doesn't mean we don't deserve a little fun in the sun. Hey, this is Franny, and at Begin a New Med Spa, they have so many specials right now to get you spring break ready. Like one of the treatments I'm getting, laser hair removal. I'm getting a Brazilian and my underarms done, which will have me feeling extra confident in my bathing suit. And right now, they have a special for the two at only $349. And if you're looking to lose a few of those pesky winter pounds, they have a series of Fat Blaster shots for only $280. And the weight loss miracle everyone is talking about, semaglutide, for only $699, which includes an 8-week treatment, in-body composition testing, and the fat blasting shot. They have so many services that will have you feeling the most comfortable you ever have baring your skin, whether out on the beach or behind closed doors. You have to check out all of their spring specials at beginanewmed.com. That's beginanewmed.com.
Only iHeartRadio gives you access to all of your favorite radio stations.
It's The Woody Show.
Hello.
Rob Ryan Show, check it in.
All of the once-in-a-lifetime events.
Alter Ego, are you ready?
All of the best free curated playlists.
My favorite music.
A little bit of everything. All of the great podcasts for every interest.
Stuff they don't want you to know.
All of the mind-blowing contests.
$20,000.
Awesome.
All of your favorite superstars.
This is Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters.
And best of all, it doesn't cost a thing. Download the absolutely free iHeartRadio app now.
Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor. You visit urgent care over and over again. And it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. But they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? Relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure done in the office of West Palm Beach Breathe-Free Sinus and Allergy Centers called balloon sinuplasty. Imagine the relief of not having to deal with your chronic sinus infections. Set an appointment today with Dr. Cody All at West Palm Beach Breathe-Free Sinus and Allergy Centers and find out if balloon sinuplasty is the solution for you. Call 561-459-3228. 561-459-3228. That's 561-459-3228.
Pray.com's Meditative Prayers podcast is the best way to bring God's perfect peace into your night. Each meditative prayer helps you focus on God, fight anxiety, sleep better, and more.
As you close your eyes, ask God to come and have fellowship with you. Open yourself to the Holy Spirit and ask Him to minister to you.
Listen to Meditative Prayers on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
In order for small businesses to thrive, they need to be smart, efficient, agile, staying ahead of the market at every turn, and finding ways to do more with less. That's never been more important than it is right now. So for a limited time, Comcast Business is introducing Small Business Savings, a deal for companies across the country. When you call in now, you can get powerful internet for just $39 a month for 12 months. $39 a month, with no annual contract and a money-back guarantee. All on the largest, fastest, reliable network for small businesses, with the company that powers more businesses than anyone else. So if you're a small business owner, don't wait. Call and get started today. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Offer ends 3/21/23. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 50 megabits per second internet customers only. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Call or go online for details. After promo, regular rates apply.
I've been asked 1,000 times, did you plan on becoming the largest injury law firm in the world? And the answer is no. When I started, there were just 2 of us. Today, Morgan & Morgan has almost 800 lawyers alone. No injury firm in the country has anywhere close to that. We set out to be focused on our clients and to have a commitment to trying cases and winning. And when you have those results at trial, you're able to settle most of your cases quickly and fairly. Reputation matters. We grew like this because we worked hard and so many former clients referred family and friends. And what I believe is the main reason is we delivered for our clients a lot. Hard work and client satisfaction was our plan. It worked. Hope is not a plan. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
Crash with injuries, 95 northbound, just south of North Lake Boulevard, off to the left shoulder. Still have a truck tire from an 18-wheeler in the roadway, left lane, 95 southbound, just a couple miles south of Bridge Road in the Hope Sound area. Things are cleared up now on the Turnpike, where we had some backups northbound near the Atlantic Avenue exit. I'm Joel Mount.
This report is sponsored by Jackson Hewitt. When it comes to your tax refund, think biggest. As in, Jackson Hewitt guarantees your biggest
All your music, radio, and podcasts. You're listening to Real Radio 92.1, and we are an iHeart radio station. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Monday, a special Monday. All Mondays are special, but this is a lot going on. You got the big St. Patrick's Day on Friday, you got March Madness, and you got a change of time. All this happening all at once. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good morning.
Francis is here.
Hey, what's up?
And it's time for some Florida stories, and they seem really crazy.
Florida.
Florida. Did you say
Florida? I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
Well, this Florida story started when a clerk at a 7-Eleven noticed a car at a gas pump was there for more than 45 minutes.
That's a long time.
I was like, that's a long time.
What's going on?
Nobody got out of the car. It's just sitting there. So he called the sheriff's office, and the first deputy on the scene found the driver, identified as Nicole Pelican, fast asleep. She's taking a little nap right there at the gas pump, and she had a gun in her lap. They also saw a couple glass pipes nearby, which they say are often used to smoke narcotics. Well, they eventually knocked. She didn't wake up. Door was unlocked. Opened the door. They were able to get her out of the vehicle and search it, and they did it. They found couple small baggies with Florida's favorite drug, meth, after it got field tested. They said about 20 grams of meth on her. They did say she had a valid concealed weapon permit, but she did not have a permit to carry meth. So now she's facing charges of possession of meth and drug equipment. It was booked into the Hernando County Detention Center.
Now, how tired do you have to be? When you're getting gas, you pull up to a pump, you just fall asleep like...
I have a feeling she was probably coming down from meth.
She might have been high.
So that's just a feeling I have.
Might have been under the influence.
Uh-huh.
Because you got to pull up right to the pump. You're there. And then you just, I'm going to crash.
Yes. Oh, and then this situation. So a woman lit her house on fire after a fight with her roommates.
Oh, well, makes sense.
Yes, right?
Instead of throwing them out.
Uh-huh. Anna Allen was booked into the Collier County Jail for battery and arson charges. One of her roommates called 911 after they noticed smoke and flames coming from her bedroom. They said that they got into an argument and she physically attacked one of them. She went inside of her bedroom a few minutes later. She left and said, "F you all, I'm out of here." They said that she was drunk and this was kind of normal behavior for her. So they didn't really think anything. She's like, this what happens when she's drinking. She's just a jerk.
No harm, no foul.
Well, I guess later on, when investigators caught up to her in the hospital and interviewed her about the fire, when she was asked about it, she was like, "It was me. I just threw a cigarette, sir. I was pissed the F off." She told the deputies interviewing her that she didn't care. She concluded the interview with saying, "I got into a confrontation. I flicked a cigarette. I saw ambers. Start a small fire. I said, okay, let it burn. I don't care." And I kept walking away.
There's the harm and foul.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's right. That's where it happened.
We found it.
Yes, but then but deputies that after a fire investigation, they determined that the fire was clearly set intentionally. They said that they confirmed it started in her bedroom closet in a pile of clothing and books. A butane lighter was found close by. They said the most probable cause of the fire is intentional application of a portable heat source to readily available combustible materials. So yeah, the clothing and the books. So like it was not a cigarette that she flicked on there. She intentionally did do it. But yeah, very terrible because as I mentioned, like she had roommates, including a 12-year-old living in the house too.
Very bad.
Yes, very, very bad. And she is still hanging out in jail. And then, yes, a naked man in Palm Beach. This is interesting. So, 44-year-old Jason Smith was arrested on charges of indecent exposure, disorderly conduct, and resisting arrest. The whole ordeal began when an employee from Taboo Restaurant, very fancy over there, called police. There's a naked guy just walked past the restaurant on Worth Avenue. Something normally we don't see in Palm Beach Island. They said there was a bunch of customers who saw him. So when police arrived, bystanders quickly pointed out the guy. They're like, yep, he's right there, the naked dude over there. Smith told police he didn't know where he left his clothes behind. He's like, I have no idea where my clothes went. He refused to give his name or his date of birth.
Lost him again?
Uh-huh. Officers took him to the police headquarters for questioning, and he continued to refuse to give his real name. Obviously, he didn't have any identification on him because he didn't have anything on him.
Yeah, it's tough for me to carry ID.
Yes.
You should be able to figure that out.
So
I'll
finally,
show you how later.
Oh, thank you.
So finally, he gave his name. The man told police he didn't have a social security number or an identification card. And he told police that he resided on a different Earth. Not this one.
Multiverse, eh?
Yes, he lived on a different Earth. Right here on our Earth.
No, no.
Eventually, he was like, all right, fine, I'm from West Palm Beach.
That's good.
And now he is hanging out in the Palm Beach County Jail. Probably on drugs. It doesn't say anything, but my assumption would be maybe drugs. I don't know. And that is your What the Florida.
Thank you, Francis. You guys give us the stories. We spin them back, put them in a blender, and give them back to you all the time. Anything from A to Z. Once Franny looks at it and says, okay, it makes the cut, you never know. You might be heard on the radio if you're doing something. It doesn't have to be bad. It can be good, bad, or just crazy. If you want to go see Adele in Vegas, her last shows are coming up, and the prices are crazy. They said they're $1,400 for the lowest ticket, and that doesn't even include fees. I think she has 5 shows left at Caesars, and before you know it, she'll be out of there, but the prices for her show are unbelievable. That is a lot of money to see her at Caesars Palace, and I'm sure people will be doing it because I think she has 5 shows left, and she had her residencies there. I remember it was supposed to be a couple years ago. It stopped. Then it continued on, and I guess the show is doing pretty well. She's got a lot of fans. Obviously, people love her. But, yeah, if you want to go see her at the end when it's concluding, you're going to have to pay a pretty penny. And like I said, $1,400 without fees. So you're talking a lot of money just for one ticket.
$3,000.
Yeah. For 2.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, $3,000, right, Jimmy? Right, I think. And then you got to get
No,
something
for one after the taxes and fees.
Yeah, one after taxes and fees. That was the taxes and fees joke.
Yeah. Taxes and fees are crazy for concerts. Sporting events, too. I mean, they're just unreal.
Yeah, Ticketmaster's getting hit pretty hard. I saw something. I only saw the headline that they're trying to explain why because I mean even Congress is beating up because they're talking about
they dropped the lawsuit,
trying to find a way to make it transparent as to what all the different fees are, and I guess Ticketmaster's trying to explain it away.
Yeah, but I saw not the lawsuit, but they dropped whatever charges. Remember how they were going after Ticketmaster for all this, and they dropped it saying, well, it says right then, when you purchase your tickets, it says that there's going to be taxes and fees and what they are. Yeah, so they're not going to do anything about it.
That sucks because it's ridiculous for the fans who want to go see anything, whether it's a concert, a sporting event, or anything. You're paying really outrageous money. But again, you're limited from the real fans because they can't afford it. It's just too much money. It is the Penthouse. It is a Monday. Put your clocks ahead. If you didn't do that yet, you might have just woke up and said, oh, my God, what happened? You're probably late. But you're listening to Penthouse. We're always here for you. Jimmy, Francis, and myself having a good time on Real Radio. We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
Real Radio is the News Junkie.
I weigh myself about once a week, and I am butt naked on the scale.
I did it the other day, also butt naked, but I had my phone in my hand, and I'm like, obviously.
20-pound phone. Yeah, that's adding a lot to the 20-pound phone.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 2 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Get ready to celebrate your favorite podcasts at our iHeart Podcast Awards. Tune in as the best podcasts take home awards in categories like comedy, crime, pop culture, and more. Watch on iHeartRadio's YouTube channel and Facebook page. And listen on iHeartRadio tomorrow night at 9.
Considering an EV for yourself or your business? Consider the benefits of subscription. I'm Scott Painter, CEO of Autonomy, where an EV subscription is like a lease but way more flexible. It's a debt-free way to get month-to-month access to a new EV. You can even pay with your credit card. Learn more at autonomy.com.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Our skies are mostly sunny as we move through the start of our Monday, but towards the late afternoon and evening, a cold front boundary is moving in, bringing us the chance of rain and a few thunderstorms. It's a hot one, though. We're going to be able to warm to around 90 today before the cooler air moves in overnight. Our highs will, though, fall back down into the 70s for Tuesday and Wednesday.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. Stop going it alone for recruiting and staffing. Choose a local expert. Hiring is about getting to know people, not algorithms. So let the team at Express Employment Professionals hire for you. Visit ExpressPros.com to find the office near you.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
In this week's Marketers Report, Patrizio Spagnoletto, Global Chief Marketing Officer Direct-to-Consumer for Warner Brothers Discovery, weighs in on building trust.
Trust is a really hard thing to build and a really easy thing to destroy, and we have to be very respectful about that. Our partnership with iHeart has really helped us build that trust and that relationship with the on-air talent.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, conversations, trusted influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. Go to iHeartResults.com for more.
When I can't sleep, my mind just races. I think about work, the kids, but I don't think about taking melatonin because I'm afraid I'll feel groggy in the morning.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies has an optimal dose of melatonin for no next-day grogginess, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake up feeling refreshed. ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies for better sleep like never before. And try Pure Z Sleep plus next-day energy with melatonin plus extended-release B vitamins.
Here's football star Tony Romo for Skechers Max Cushioning Footwear.
You know when you go to your kid's game and you have to sit on those uncomfortable, super hard bleachers? That's how I feel now when I wear regular shoes. Why? Because once I started wearing Skechers Max Cushioning, I've been spoiled with how amazing extra cushioning feels. Skechers maxed out the cushioning with a thick, comfy slice of super light Ultra-Go cushioning for a soft, pillowy feel with every step.
See all the fashionable styles of Max Cushioning at the Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Research shows listeners prefer a personalized experience. So to help you remember Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance, we personalized this ad for Amber, who really misses boy bands from the 90s.
Hey girl, I'm the cute one, here to tell you how Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need.
I'm the heartthrob. The only thing I love more than you is saving. And I'm the other boy in the band everyone forgot about.
Just happy to be here. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Injured? Hire the largest injury firm in the world. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Good Greek moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
Hey, it's Megan. If you're bored of pouring the same old cocktails, I've got the perfect remedy. Try a versatile spirit that makes any recipe an instant fan favorite. It's Knox & Dunn Florida rum, and it's not like the rums you're used to. It's a smooth, straight barrel rum that's great in Bloody Marys, Old Fashions, and mojitos, just to name a few of the endless possibilities. I'm seeing Knox & Dunn Florida rum pop up in more and more liquor stores around Florida, but if you don't see Knox & Dunn where you buy your spirits, tell them to get with the program and carry Florida's fastest growing local craft spirit, and they'll be thanking you later.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Crash with injuries, 95 northbound, just south of North Lake Boulevard, off to the left shoulder. Still have a truck tire from an 18-wheeler in the roadway, left lane, 95 southbound, just a couple miles south of Bridge Road in the Hope Sound area. Things are cleared up now on the Turnpike, where we had some backups northbound near the Atlantic Avenue exit. I'm Joel Mount.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Reset your rest at Mattress Firm's Big Spring Sale. Shop top brands today and save up to $700. Plus, get a free adjustable base with select purchases. Time to score big savings on your dream bed.
Pray.com's Meditative Prayers podcast is the best way to bring God's perfect peace into your night. Each meditative prayer helps you focus on God, fight anxiety, sleep better, and more.
As you close your eyes, ask God.
Wherever you get your podcasts.
You're listening to Real Radio 92.1, and we are an iHeart radio station. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Monday. Good morning, everybody. Today is March 13th. Getting close to St. Patty's Day on Friday. Some places already celebrated this weekend and will continue on all week. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good morning.
Francis is here.
Hello, good morning.
Well, here's a guy that hasn't been celebrating much lately is Elon Musk, and he might have another issue to work out with his Tesla cars. But and there's a story behind it, and here it is. A guy in Canada unlocked what he thought was his Tesla through the app that they have for the car, gets into it, and he's driving away, and come to find out it wasn't his car. Ooh. So his car was a couple parking spots down, but it was the same year, it was the same make or model, and color. It was the same color. So he and it unlocked, the app for it unlocked it.
Yeah, so I'm sure just because of that, he was like, definitely my car.
Yeah, you don't even think anything of it, right? He's driving down the road, he notices a crack in the windshield, and so he called his wife and said, do you know anything about the crack in the windshield? And she didn't, and kind of they deducted by going back and forth that something wasn't right, obviously. And then he gets a phone call from a stranger, and he ends up picking it up, and it's the dude who owns that car. And he's like, hey, guy, dude, you're in my car. But one of those type things. But because the phone hooked up to this guy's Tesla, so the phone number was traceable. He could find it.
Oh, wow.
The person who's really owned that particular car, he was able to find out the phone number, so he could call the guy. So, he goes back. Obviously, it was a misunderstanding. Sure. Everybody knew it and understood it. They did, the guy that took the car originally, he did call the police, file a report, although they aren't really going to do anything about it because no crime was really committed, but kind of frightening to think that somebody can just unlock your car with an app for their car.
And in Teslas, they don't even have keys. They just have a little card. When you want to get in and out of it, you swipe it and you just get it. My buddy has one, no keys at all. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it either. But like you said, there's been situations where they've had a couple bumps in the road, obviously.
Yeah, it's not going too well there.
Yeah, that's pretty bad when you get into the wrong car.
Yeah.
And you just, it happened to me twice. Valet, but I realized once in Miami, I would say maybe a mile. This wasn't my car. And then once in the city, but I got to the Lincoln Tunnel, and I had to turn around. And only because I looked down in the ashtray, and I said, this isn't my car. There's all cigarettes. But it's a totally different scenario. That's just...
Yeah, because the valet gave you that car. Yeah. It's not like you unlocked it from your app.
No, this is definitely something with technology that, you're feeling safe and everything. They're trying to do more and more things.
Well, there's the price of convenience, right? I mean, you have online banking, but it might make it easier to breach. It might be easier for people to swindle your money. And yet the convenience of having, either you're banking on your phone or online, on a computer, it's great. I mean, I do it every day, and I love it. And but there's always an inherent risk, and apparently this is one that, I never would have thought that an app would have been able to unlock another person's car like that. And I don't know if this is a glitch. I'm sure we'll find out. Tesla they didn't respond to the newspaper, that posted this article, didn't respond to them yet for a statement or anything. So maybe we'll find out it is an obscure glitch, and let's just hope it is.
So the guy submitted video evidence. He contacted Tesla and all this stuff. I don't know if you read that. And he said his emails were getting bounced back because Tesla's North American corporate mailbox is apparently full.
You think?
And he said nobody's contacted him so far.
I'm sure.
Yep.
They probably call Elon. He was on his yacht. Oh, we'll get back to him. No, don't worry. He got his car anyway. All right, it's all good. Don't worry about it. It's all good, people. it's just crazy with technology. Some of the things that end up happening.
So one person speculates from like some kind of automotive forum or something that the vehicle may have been left, and I don't know anything about Teslas, and unlocked and in valet mode. I guess there's an unlocked and valet mode, which would make it more accessible for somebody else to get into your car via the app.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Yeah,
but they're like they don't know if that's the case.
Yeah. And obviously able to start it.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't just a matter of
which is probably the
getting
valet
in.
mode.
Now, the article that I read said he was able to unlock the vehicle. So I don't know if there's a difference between, like, unlock can be unlocking into the app, and to get into it or something like that. There's different words versus what we typically consider locking a door. So I don't know if there's a difference. The wording and it is kind of vague in the article, but I don't care what it is. It's still pretty scary when somebody else can get in your vehicle and they don't realize. As a matter of fact, I think. I mean, I'm kind of giving the quick synopsis of it, but I think the guy was in the car for like an hour and a half. I mean, it wasn't quick. It wasn't something that they discovered right away.
Did it say it was nighttime or daytime?
I don't recall. For some reason, I want to say it was at night, but I don't. I don't.
Night makes more sense because you would think in a day. I mean, that's a long time. You might know something in the car, like, hey, this is my car.
The one reason why, after he spoke with his wife and they something, it was starting to unravel there, he did get out and look, and the rims were different.
Oh, okay.
So that's the one thing that he noticed, obviously, was different between the two cars, because, I mean, it was just kind of a weird coincidence that it was the same color, same model, and the same year that was and parked like 2 spaces away.
Yeah. I mean, again, like I said, it happened.
I mean, that happens. I mean, especially with the Teslas, because I think they have a pretty limited color selection. I mean, I don't think there's a tremendous amount of them. So,
and especially if you put nothing in your car and it's completely clean and there's nothing to indicate that.
Yeah, it could happen. I mean, obviously, it did happen. An hour and a half is a long time, though. I mean,
that's quite a while. Yeah, I think he was going to pick up his son, I believe.
Imagine if he went home and just put in the driveway, just put in the garage, didn't get it for a couple of days. Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, and then if at that point, like if he takes the phone away from the car and it's not connected to the car anymore, that other dude might not have been able to get a hold of him or been able to trace his number. I don't know exactly how that works now. Like my phone is connected to my car, and this is limited technology that my Kia has, but every time I get into it, it recognizes my phone. So, but once I get away, it's disconnected, and I don't know if it's the same with Tesla and how they do that, but because that's obviously done through an app as well.
Usually, I don't know how many feet it is, but like if you leave your phone, like for me with my earbuds, if I have them on, I'll walk away. Like from my car.
That's the Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I had that happen to me on Sunday. I was at I was getting my oil changed in my car, and so I went into the waiting room, and I just start, of course, what do? I start playing around on my phone and watching some videos, and then I stopped having audio on my phone. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And then it dawned on me that they pulled my car into the bay.
Yeah.
And I must have been close enough for it to connect.
Yeah.
So it was probably playing in the car. Could you imagine the dudes pulling the car in and all of a sudden something starts playing? What the hell's going on?
I've had that happen to me even with a phone call.
Yeah.
Like I was connected and then I walked away from my car and I lost them and I was like, and it was valet and I couldn't hear them on my phone. I figured it would go into my phone. No, it was probably still connected in there. So I'm listening to our phone conversation.
And that's happened to me at the car wash. And it's been one time it was a little embarrassing. I was talking to somebody and I got out and walked around, but it was still playing through my car. When you got in the car, you could hear the whole thing.
Yeah.
So you got to shut it down, obviously, and shut the power, and then you pick up the phone and you walk out. But you don't realize
I just turned the Bluetooth off of my phone, and then I was okay, and it played everything on there. But yeah, same type thing. Yeah,
you just don't realize it. Oh, you're cracking up.
What's going on? I can't hear anything. Let me try a different video. Oh, that one's not playing either. What's going on? I got the volume all the way up. I don't know what's happening. Oh, it just ding.
And the guy comes in. You got to see this video. It's unbelievable. I'm hearing it. It is the Penthouse on a Monday, March 13th. Hope you guys are having a good day. Don't forget, a lot going on this week with St. Patrick's Day and March Madness. Fill out your bracket. We're going to come back with a trifecta and a big giveaway at 11:45. We'll be back. Peace.
Rover's Morning Glory.
Crystal said she's never been to a strip club, so Jeffrey volunteered to take her to one, but it sounds like it wasn't so great. First impressions?
The smell is what hit me first at this place. It was a little musty in a weird way.
Aside from the smell, was it a nice place?
Was one girl who I would say was a wannabe stripper and probably a meth addict or something. I mean, she had no teeth. I mean, her teeth were just those little slivers of teeth.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10 on Real Radio 92.1 for the Palm Beaches and 101.7 for the Treasure Coast.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Our skies are mostly sunny as we move through the start of our Monday, but towards the late afternoon and evening, a cold front boundary is moving in, bringing us the chance of rain and a few thunderstorms. It's a hot one, though. We're going to be able to warm to around 90 today before the cooler air moves in overnight. Our highs will, though, fall back down into the 70s for Tuesday and Wednesday.
This report is sponsored by Jackson Hewitt. When it comes to your tax refund, think biggest. As in, Jackson Hewitt guarantees your biggest refund or your money back, plus $100. Get to Jackson Hewitt for your biggest refund, guaranteed.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine.
If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In office, West Palm Beach.
When you hire your local CertaPro painters, you get the power of doing it right. Detailed project proposals, excellent customer service, and trusted professionals who get the job done on time and on budget. The power of experience. We're kings of the scaffolding and pros with the stucco. We've been there, done that. Get your project started at CertaPro.com and get the power of pro. CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. License information available at CertaPro.com.
You know International Diamond Center is the best place to buy diamonds and fine jewelry. But did you also know IDC will buy from you? Diamonds, heirloom jewelry, estate jewelry, Swiss watches, coins.
Don't be afraid to come in and get a price on something that maybe it's an heirloom that you want to sell, or you're just checking to see the price.
IDC owner Keith LeClaire has a vast network of collectors and buyers around the world, so IDC can always find a market for your jewelry.
We always pay a very strong price to buy. There's a resale market that's there, and we pay top dollar for top merchandise. We have people all over the world that we sell to. So some collectors are going to pay way more than any consumer's going to pay. We'll give you the best possible price, no games played, and you'll get the check or the cash, whatever one you want.
Let IDC appraise what's in your jewelry box. You might get a pleasant surprise.
Sometimes they come in, they have no idea what's there, and then all of a sudden they walk out with a $28,000 check.
International Diamond Center. Online at shopidc.com.
When I can't sleep, my mind just races. I think about work, the kids, but I don't think about taking melatonin because I'm afraid I'll feel groggy in the morning.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies has an optimal dose of melatonin for no next-day grogginess, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake up feeling refreshed. ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies for better sleep like never before. And try Pure Z Sleep Plus Next Day Energy with melatonin plus extended release B vitamins.
Hey y'all, this is your girl Cheryl Underwood, and I want to tell you something. My digestive system used to make me feel sluggish, but those days are over. Now I feel great. That's because I increased my fiber intake with the Metamucil 2-week challenge, and I'm still hooked. I just took Metamucil every day for 14 days, and it's really that easy. Metamucil traps and removes the waste that weighs you down, so you feel lighter and more energetic. Now I never want to go back to that heavy feeling. Are you ready for the Metamucil 2-week challenge? For a coupon and daily support, sign up at Metamucil.com today.
If cold candidate calls aren't turning into hot hiring leads, then you need Indeed. Because Indeed's powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, screen, and interview candidates all from one place. Find your next great hire visiting Indeed.com/credit.
For more information about contests on the station, visit realradio921.com/rules.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Tara, quote, "My doctor wanted me to do saline rinses for my allergies, but I've never been able to successfully use a neti pot. Navage uses suction power, so it's foolproof. There are nights when I'll have particularly bothersome allergies. I'll bust it out, and the results are immediate. It's such a relief. It's become a lifesaver." Unquote. She's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
There's a ladder in the roadway southbound 95. It's just north of North Lake Boulevard, and it's in 2 right lanes there. So heads up for that. We have construction going on. 2 roadways shut down in Palm Beach County for bridge work. 1 6th Avenue South between Congress Avenue and Grove Street. That's for the next 6 months. And one in the North County for the next 20 months. US 1 between A1A and Old Dixie Highway. I'm Joel Mount.
This report is sponsored by Florida Power and Light.
Ultimately, will produce savings for our customers.
You need it? Come on, get in here. Tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio. What? Listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Monday. Hope you guys are having a good day and enjoying your weekend. And just at a new time, and it is bracket time, baby. We'll be talking about it all week. We're going to fill out a bracket here, all of us, and see what happens. Hopefully, somebody wins some money out of this. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello, and good morning.
And Francis is here.
Hi, and speaking of brackets, I know you have a trifecta, but I did read somebody gave some advice on how to help you fill out a bracket.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the advice?
Well, no, it was after the trifecta.
Oh, okay. Time for a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creepy Trifecta.
If you want Miami Dolphin tickets, you might have to hustle your bustle because the Dolphins made a big trade yesterday, getting an all-pro cornerback. Jalen Ramsey's here from Florida State. Played with the Jaguars and the Rams. Won a trophy a couple years ago. Super Bowl trophy, that is. He's going to help that defense. That's a great move, and they really didn't give up much. A couple draft picks, so that was a big surprise. Also, the Dolphins over the weekend picked up Tua's fifth-year deal, so it looks like Tua's going to be around for a while. And Dolphins feel like they got enough to make a run next year, and they do have a good defense, and Ramsey's going to add to it, so we'll see what happens. Aaron Rodgers, team you got to really worry about is the New York Jets because they're in the Dolphins division, said he's going to have a decision soon on a podcast. I'm guessing before free agency starts, which is the 15th, which is Wednesday. Rodgers says he will give his answer, whether he's going to retire, go back to the Packers. And the Packers have come out, Murphy, their GM, and saying, we're done with him, and, we hope he moves on, and we'll bring him back to retire his number. I don't think Rodgers is going back to the Packers or where they're talking, but who knows? But we'll see what happens with him. He did say there'll be an answer quick. And the madness begins on Wednesday, but all the games Thursday and Friday. And our FAU Owls are in for the first time in 20 years. They made the tournament. Hats off to all those guys down there. Great job by that program. Great job by the coach. I know it's going to help the college out, and I'm sure enrollment will go up if they go on a nice little run. But they got a tough opponent. They got Memphis. Penny Hardaway's the coach, played in the NBA for years, and they beat Houston yesterday to win their conference tournament. And Houston's one of the best teams in America. They had a big injury. Their point guard is out. But, again, it's going to be tough for the FAU Owls. And if they ever beat Memphis, then they got to play Purdue. So the Owls got a little bit of a tough road ahead of them. Not that you don't when you're in the big tournament, but we'll see. And the Canes made it too. They have an injury to their forward. We'll see how they do. Remember, to win it all, you have to win 6 games in a row. So we'll see what happens. But hats off to the Owls. Hoot, hoot. And that is your trifecta. Peace.
So, yes, there were some experts who analyzed, they claim, a lot of brackets since 2015.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, you can do whatever you want. You can pick from your favorite color, your coolest mascot, whatever it is, maybe the whole dart throwing method. But if you want a bit of a more education in your picks, you can try these tips. Now, some of them are pretty obvious. But they start here. They say 50 games. To win, you're going to need to pick the winner of at least 50 games. The average winning bracket over the years picked an average of 51.7 is what they're saying. All right. And it's a 68-team bracket if you're not aware. I know you are, G-Man. National championship game. They're like, this one sounds obvious, but it's still important to say it. If you don't get the last 2 teams in the championship correct, you're probably not going to win. Use your head, not your heart, is what they say. Don't stress over the early rounds. They were made for upsets. In the NCAA March Madness Bracket Challenge, 3 of the last 7 winners blew more than 7 games in the first round. And 5 of 7 blew at least 1 pick against a double-digit seeded team that pulled the upset.
Okay.
According to this research they did. And then they say Elite 8, Final 4, picking an early round upset can give you bragging rights, but being smart with your Elite 8 or Final 4 picks puts you in the money. The high seeds are high seeds for a reason, and don't forget that. And don't sweat the Cinderella team that looks hell-bent on screwing things up for everyone. They also said, listen, there's no shame in checking out a few expert blogs and stealing their opinions. It never hurts to listen to people who are smarter than you are on a given topic and learn a bit from it.
Sure.
And that's what they would say. They're like, good luck. So those are all the tips that they give you when filling out your bracket. Just think about those things.
So who's going to win?
I don't know.
That's why I thought we were going to get that kind of tip.
It's not a psychic opinion. They're not psychics, Jimmy.
Yeah, then they're going to tell me to bring a winner.
No.
No kidding, pal.
Oh, man.
The higher seeds. We know that.
Nope.
All right, hold on. Let me get my bank back on the phone. Cancel that mortgage.
Yeah, and again, it's not, you got to remember, too, when you're playing the brackets, watch who you're picking. And if you're betting on teams, this is a little advice I can give you. To win it all, don't bet on 2 teams that are in the same bracket. I mean, the same thing. You don't want them playing each other. If you want a team in the West, then take a team in the East. Don't let that, because that happens a lot of times. People bet teams to win, and then they're playing each other the second round, and then you get screwed. You lose both, or you lose one at least, which is not good. You want your money's worth. I think the favorite is Houston at 6-1. I think they're favorites going in. And then you got Alabama, Purdue, all those teams, the number 1 seeds. And Alabama, first time, I think, ever, they're a number 1 seed in college basketball.
Yeah, I was reading that. It makes it. I mean, again, I don't follow the college stuff all that much with the college basketball, but everything that I got the impression it was a pretty big surprise.
Sure. They had a
what's
good year
going on in Alabama. So, and it's been taking them a couple of years, and they've gotten here. So, being number 1 seed is a big accomplishment for them.
It's a big accomplishment for them. They also have a little bit of some issues off the court with their star player, with the whole situation that he was going through and is still going through. But yeah, hats off to Alabama. They are number 1 seed. Purdue is, and Houston. And I'm leaving one out, so I do apologize off the top of my head. But there's 4 number 1 seeds, and we'll see what happens. It's going to be exciting. The Canes, you know what? I think they could have a nice run. They lost to Duke the other night, but I said they had a big injury, and I don't know how that kid's going to heal up, so we'll see what happens with him. Hopefully, but it'll be fun. There'll be some last buzzer beaters. There always is. People will be talking about the games, but all day Thursday is when it kicks off at 12 o'clock. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call. If you have an opinion on daylight savings, good or bad, maybe March Madness, your bracket, or anything, talk about the Oscars, call us, or you can also email Jimmy at realradio921.com, or you can send us a text. First put in Real Radio, then 47142. I know we got a giveaway coming up in a few minutes. We'll get to that. But I know, Franny, you had something about people who actually leave, I believe, the U.S. and then come back and things that they miss.
Yeah, well, like if people who live abroad right now and things that they specifically miss, and it could be places, it could be food, whatever it is, they hit up BuzzFeed and there was a conversation about it. And, nothing makes you appreciate home like traveling to other places. Yes, vacation's fun, but sometimes you get a little homesick. And if you decide that you're going to leave the U.S. to go somewhere else, these are some things that people said that they miss.
Can I guess one?
Sure, go ahead. Well, it's not guessing. I mean, yeah, it's just opinion.
March Madness.
Yes, March Madness.
Can't you get that anywhere else?
March Madness.
I'll be damned.
They said American cinema. In the States, movies are available to watch as soon as they are released, right? But living abroad, you have to wait 3 to 6 months to see them. It takes some more time for American cinema to get that way. So dining hours.
Really?
Yeah. According to these people, American dining hours, when I was working in Spain, it really annoyed me that there were so few restaurants open before 8 p.m., and it's true.
Before 8 p.m.?
Yeah. Wow. When I was in Italy, it's the same thing. People eat a little bit later. They do like a little, like you have your normal, lunch, breakfast hour. They do what they call kind of almost like a happy hour, and then they close down, and then they open back up at night.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So if you want to have dinner, it's going to be like 8 or 9 o'clock.
Yeah, they eat very late.
So normal for you.
Yeah, basically.
See you at 10.
Uh-huh.
Do they kind of start their day later. Like even breakfast for them is a little later in the morning.
Really?
Lunch is a little later. It's just dinner.
Yeah.
Huh,
Yeah.
that's
Dinner
interesting.
specifically. Yep.
I can't imagine like
the restaurants shut down and then they open back up later on at night. Yep.
No unions.
No unions.
Damn unions. Get you every time.
This person specifically misses IHOP.
Wow.
They live in Australia, and they're like, there's some places you might do eggs and toast, but not bacon. They're like, bacon if you're lucky. They said, and also hash browns, pancakes, waffles, sausage are pretty much unknown there, too. So their breakfast, I guess, is different. Being able to watch live sports at a reasonable hour.
Yeah.
Yep. All Super Bowls, playoff games, big title games start after 2 a.m. local time for where this person is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, yeah, the time zone.
Time zone.
Yep. Somebody said I miss Taco Bell. I finally found one in Bangkok and I almost exploded with joy. They said I ordered $40 worth of food, which is a lot of food at a Taco Bell.
Bangkok. Imagine you put that on social media. I'm in Bangkok at Taco Bell. I got to call you back.
Yep, this person lives in Paris, and they said, I miss Costco. I can't wait to get my gallon size anything and those hot dogs, too. I miss those hot dogs.
Wow. You're embarrassed you miss Costco. Who are you there with?
Yep. I moved to England, and I desperately miss Kraft mac and cheese. They said if you've never lived abroad, if you haven't, you've never lived abroad, if you haven't smuggled a whole suitcase of that stuff home from you. I'm like, I wonder if they just can't get it delivered. I know they got Amazon, right? Get some Amazon delivery, some Kraft mac and cheese if they don't sell it in their stores.
I don't know.
Yeah, that makes you wonder, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Anything like that, like normal purchased products like that?
Yeah, I don't know. Here we go, dipping sauce and condiments. We are so spoiled by so many kinds in the U.S. I went to a burger place in Italy, and they didn't even have ketchup. Only olive oil.
Stop out.
And this person misses American optimism. They're like, it's not a physical thing, but America has a sense of optimism you just don't often feel when you're in Europe. So there was just a few things people have said, yes.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you would think, I don't know, sometimes from all the stories you hear and everything, you think they're a little bit more thoughtful or maybe more appreciative of things and more.
That's how I did feel.
Yeah.
But I've never lived abroad. Just vacationed.
It's different. Like I said, everybody's got a different taste and everybody's got a different opinion of everything.
Well, you know what I'm surprised isn't on that list is Rapids Water Park. I'm sure a lot of people get
missing that.
They miss that when they're overseas. But if you are here in the United States, specifically here in South Florida, we're going to hook you up right now with a 4-pack of tickets to Rapids Water Park. This Friday kicks off spring break, and we've got tickets for Rapids right now. South Florida's largest water park with over 42 rides and attractions. Plus that new ride this year that's starting up, the Mega Mayhem.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, this thing sounds incredible.
Yes.
It's dueling water coasters reaching speeds up to 22 miles per hour.
That is fast.
This thing is, oh man, are you on any sort of like a blank, or is that all? Because that sounds like a massive wedgie waiting to happen. I gotta tell you,
massive wedgie.
Unless you're on some sort of board or like a pad or something.
I gotta check it out. I know Rapids Water Park has some information on their website. Yeah,
let's find out.
I'll seek it out.
That'll be cool. All right, but if you want a 4-pack of tickets right now to Rapids Water Park, give us a call 877-927-6969. We're gonna play a little game called Who's Most Likely To, and it's super simple. We're gonna read a scenario. The three of us are going to vote amongst ourselves who's most likely to fit that scenario, and you have to guess who we voted for and get in our minds. Don't think maybe necessarily what you think it would be. It would what you think we would think that it would be. That kind of helps along those lines. And look at that. Phone lines were blowing up before I even got the words Rapids Water Park out of my mouth. So I'm going to line some people up, and we'll get going here in a minute.
Thank you, Jimmy. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call to get involved with the giveaway. Every day we have a giveaway on Real Radio 92.1, and today it's Rapids. So if you want a day of fun, enjoyment, and just kick back and have a good time and be thankful you're in South Florida, this is definitely the place to be. We did talk about the madness, and we did talk about daylight savings time and the Oscars. If you guys have any opinions on any of those three, or you just want to talk to us, it's fine. You can call us, 877-927-6969. That's the number to call. You can also text us. Franny handles the text for us and does a great job. That's at Real Radio 47142. So we'll see what happens. Jimmy's going to get these people on, and we'll be ready to get this contest going in a few minutes. And again, St. Patrick's Day on Friday, and some people already celebrate on Saturday. Not that they won't celebrate all week, but I think Delray had their parade on Saturday.
They did, yes.
And I had a couple of my friends who ended up stopping there, and they said it was a good time and a lot of fun. And people are just celebrating more than ever, it seems like. And they said 60-something%. I think 68% of people will celebrate St. Patrick's Day and wear some green on Friday. And if you don't wear green, have it in your pocket. Do something like that. And over $1 billion will be spent on the actual holiday, which is a ton of cash. Seems like this holiday is getting bigger and bigger. But again, holidays for everybody, if they take a day off or enjoy themselves.
It's a fun day.
Yeah,
and you know, any day, an excuse for people to drink excessively, people are down for.
What a great time for me to come back. I heard drinking excessively.
Yes. Jimmy, I am looking, and they have like a little mock-up of that coaster, the Mega Mayhem, the water slide.
Right.
The dueling one. And you can do 2 people per, but you're on a raft. Like,
you're on a raft.
Uh-huh.
That'd be cute. That sounds great.
It sounds so cute.
Cute, yeah. Nice.
It looks fun.
It looks like it's ready to go. I might want to try that.
Well, we have 5 people here that are lined up and ready to win this 4-pack of tickets to Rapids Water Park. I bet they want to try out the new Mega Mayhem. And we're going to start today's contest with Ed. Ed, welcome to the Penthouse.
Hi, everybody.
Ed, how are you today? First of all, thanks for listening to Real Radio. We do appreciate it. How long have you been listening?
Wow, mid-90s with the Love Doc.
Wow.
Long time.
Nice. Well, thank you so much for all those years of listening to us. Let's see if we can get you set up with a 4-pack of tickets to Rapids Water Park. We're going to play a little game called Who's Most Likely to, Ed. Now, Franny's reading?
Yeah, I have
Okay.
some.
Franny is going to read a scenario. The 3 of us are going to vote who's most likely to fit that scenario, and you have to guess who we voted for. Okay, buddy?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
All right, let's do this
Music
then.
going here.
All right, just give us a moment after I'm done asking the questions so we can place our vote. So out of the 3 of us, Greek, Jimmy, or Franny, who is most likely to fall asleep during a work meeting?
All right, we have our answer, Ed. Out of the 3 of us, Greek, Francis, or myself, Jimmy, who is most likely to fall asleep during a work meeting?
Oh, let's go with Fran. No offense.
None taken. Unfortunately, we picked Greek because
Yeah, we
he gets
voted for
bored
Greek. Yeah.
so easily.
Yeah.
And he may have fallen asleep during a work meeting before. I don't know. Sorry, Ed.
Sorry about that, Ed. Next up, we have John. John, welcome to the Penthouse.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Good morning, John. How are you, sir?
Doing good, doing good.
How long have you been listening to Real Radio, John?
Over 20 years.
Wow. Thank you so much for all those years of listening. Let's see if we can get you hooked up with a 4-pack of tickets to Rapids Water Park. All right, Fran, you got another scenario ready?
I do. We're going to kind of sort of stick to work theme. Let's do this one, John. All right.
All right, here we go.
All right, just a moment for us to silently place our answers after I ask the question. So out of the 3 of us, Jimmy, Greek, or Franny, who is most likely to get a computer virus?
Okay.
All right, we have our answer, John. Out of the 3 of us, Greek, Francis, or myself, Jimmy, who is most likely to get a computer virus?
I would think it would be Greek, since he doesn't know computers that well.
Sorry.
Yeah,
we
Jimmy,
selected
because of all the porn.
Yeah. Sorry.
I thought that's what it was. I was like,
I had a funny feeling. That's where we're going.
Sorry about that.
Good St. Patty's Day.
Have a good St. Patty's
All
Day.
right, take care, buddy. I'll have you know, I have an antivirus program
okay,
on
perfect.
all my devices for just said
All right.
circumstances. All right, next up, we have Mark on the line. Mark, welcome to the Penthouse.
Good afternoon. Hello, everybody.
Hey, Mark. How you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing really good, Greek.
How long you been listening to Real Radio, sir?
13 years.
Oh, that's a long time, too.
Good run, Mark.
All right, Mark, let's see if we can get you hooked up with a 4-pack of tickets to Rapids Water Park. And let's get a little tunes going. All right.
I feel good about this one, Mark.
Next up, here we
Just
go.
give us a second to place our vote. Out of the 3 of us, Jimmy, Greek, or Franny, who is most likely to take a ride from a stranger?
All right, we have our answer, Mark. Out of the three of us, Greek, myself, Jimmy, or Francis, who is most likely to take a ride from a stranger?
I'm going to have to say Jimmy.
Franny. She just took a ride a couple weeks ago.
From a stranger.
Yeah, to go down to Miami.
I did. To the Bright Line.
Bright Line,
She took me to the Bright Line, not to Miami. That's a long ride.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, you know, that's a tough one to answer nowadays with Uber and Lyft because really it's a stranger
Yeah.
in a way, technically. All right, next up we have Chris. Chris, welcome to the Penthouse.
Well, what's happening, Penthouse?
Hi, Chris.
You, Chris, how long you been listening to Real Radio?
Long time, Greek.
All right, well, you still sound pretty sane, so that's good to hear.
Didn't completely destroy you, right?
Not yet, but we're working on it one day at a time.
You sound pretty good, so.
So, Chris, let me ask you, buddy. When I put you on hold and I said you're fourth in line, were you like, oh, darn it, I don't know if I'll get a chance?
You know, I was sitting here on my heels going, oh, please get it wrong. Please get it wrong. Get it wrong. Yes.
All right. Well, you are up to bat next, and we're going for a 4-pack of tickets to Rapids Water Park. Let's see if we can get you set up with those tickets and get a little music going here. And here is your scenario, Chris. Hang on.
All right, Chris. Out of the three of us, Jimmy, Greek, or Franny, who is most likely to get into a bar fight?
All right. We have our answer. Chris, out of the three of us, Greek, Francis, or myself, Jimmy, who is most likely to get into a bar fight?
Oh, that's Franny.
My winter music is
All
going.
right.
Ding, 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 ding.
You don't have to answer so aggressively, Chris.
Let it be, Chris. Yeah. Franny will throw down.
We just talked about the other day how you and a couple girls used to get thrown out of bars on purpose.
Yeah. Well, no, okay, not me. I have a girlfriend specifically who is in the radio industry who loves to try to get kicked out of bars. I just hang out with her. Yes.
All right. Great job, Chris. Now, if you would, I'm going to put you on hold. If you can hang tight for just a couple minutes, I'm going to get back on the phone with you here off air, get a little more info from you, and we'll get you set up with those tickets. Okay, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Congratulations, Chris.
Nice job. That's how you do it right there, kids.
There you go.
Thank you, Jimmy, for your help with the contest every day. You do a great job. Yeah, that was pretty deep. I mean, we went almost 4 or 5 deep. Yeah. But that was a good run. And again, I want to thank everybody who always gets involved. And also I want to thank you guys for the amount of years that we always get these people, 13, 20 years. That's amazing. God bless you guys. You guys do a great job in listening. And like I said, most of you sound pretty sane, so it's really not affecting you in a lot of ways. You seem to be okay. It is the Penthouse, and it is a Monday. Today, you might be a little sluggish because of the time, and some people say it takes a couple days to, get used to it. Some people just bounce right up. If you got an opinion on it, let us know. The Oscars last night, you think Jimmy Kimmel did a good job? Let us know about that. And also, you got the madness beginning. How is your bracket? People will be asking you that.
Speaking of the Oscars, I saw the numbers for the box office came in over the weekend, and Scream 6 seems to slice and dice the competition at the box office. They
best opening, right, for a Scream movie?
I believe so. Yeah, they raked in $44.5 million in its opening weekend, and yes, like Francis said, that is the best opening of any movie in the Scream franchise.
That's amazing.
With a budget of only just $35 million. That's all it cost to make that movie. I know that's weird when you say the words $35 million and only next to each other, but
they're profitable.
Considering what some of these movies are costing these days, I mean, what was it $2 billion to make Avatar? I think it cost them. So $35 million is all that it took to make it, and so it already turned a profit. Creed 3 took second place at $27.1 million. We're hearing more and more good stuff about that movie. I'm kind of looking forward to it, but I want to watch 1 and 2 first. And the prehistoric sci-fi flick 65 finished third at $12.3 million in its opening weekend. Ant-Man and the Wasp and Quantumania took in $7 million, and Cocaine Bear at $6.2 million, round out the top 5. So there's your box office numbers for the weekend. So
There's a theme with
you
these
looking
animals. Do you see this? The cocaine bear. Did you see that they're coming out with a cocaine shark movie now too?
Really?
Yeah, there was
No.
a whole kind of like, what is happening?
Oh, there's going to be a whole list of them then.
Yeah, because there
All
was a
kinds of-
cocaine alligator
I
that
was
they
gonna
said they were
say.
making a movie.
Yeah.
Now cocaine shark. People, I guess, love their animals on drugs, I guess.
Did
Make movies from it.
cocaine beer get an Oscar last night?
No, I don't think so, no.
Didn't pull up an Oscar? It is the Penthouse on a Monday. We're going to come back in a few minutes with some fun facts and a lot more in the Penthouse. We'll be back. Peace.
Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Our skies are mostly sunny as we move through the start of our Monday, but towards the late afternoon and evening, a cold front boundary is moving in, bringing us the chance of rain and a few thunderstorms. It's a hot one, though. We're going to be able to warm to around 90 today before the cooler air moves in overnight. Our highs will, though, fall back down into the 70s for Tuesday and Wednesday.
This report is sponsored by Florida Power and Light.
My name is Chrissy Lee. I have worked for FPL for 7 years. Solar is a stable fuel source, which will lead to stable bills and ultimately will produce savings for our customers.
Learn how FPL is investing in Florida's future at fpl.com/value.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's in Palm Beach. The best view in Palm Beach are the girls at Monroe's, 7 days a week until 5 a.m. Adult entertainment, upscale dining, full bar, full liquor, and full nude. And on Friday night, it's Fantasy Fridays. And who doesn't want to kick off the weekend? It's the girls at Monroe's bringing your fantasies to life. Monroe's in Palm Beach. Get over there today and enjoy yourself with a beautiful lady by your side. Peace!
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Why should you hire the largest injury firm in the world for your injury case? Let me count the ways. Your case will be handled by your lawyer, a paralegal, and a case manager who's always in the office for you when your lawyer's in court. There's also a 24-hour hotline if you ever have a question or a problem. We've collected over $15 billion and won a lot. We became the largest injury firm in the world for a reason. Lots of people hired us. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I'm asking about Prevnar 20 because there's a chance pneumococcal pneumonia could put me in the hospital.
Age 65 or older, you may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I want to be able to keep my plans.
So I'm asking my doctor about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
Finding great people to hire is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. It's pretty difficult, right? Well, ZipRecruiter has mastered finding a needle in a haystack, so they take it to the next level. They make hiring so simple that it's like finding a needle in a needle stack. And that's why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Here's what it's like to use ZipRecruiter. They have so many qualified candidates that it's easier to find the right ones for your roles. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's a lot of needles. So how do they do it? ZipRecruiter's powerful technology sends you candidates who are a great match for your job, and you can even invite your top choices to apply. So if you want less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Haley, quote, "Navage is the best thing I bought. I love it. My nose feels so clear now and I can breathe. I've been struggling with a stuffy nose for weeks. I bought Navage and it's amazing." Or this one, I use Navage every night, could not imagine life without it. I have 5 cats, and before I found Navage, I was a clogged mess. Now I breathe so much better." Unquote. Those are 2 of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, Navage, clean nose, healthy life.
All the radio stations you love, every playlist to match your mood, the podcasts that everyone's talking about. If it's on the iHeartRadio app, it's free. Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
iHeartRadio. Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
From the Anajar Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been?
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you are back in the Penthouse on a Monday after daylight saving time, and a bunch of fun events this past weekend celebrating the upcoming St. Patrick's Day. Thank you so much for tuning in to Real Radio 92.1, 101.7, or of course, if you're listening on that absolutely free iHeart Radio app. Good afternoon to you, Jimmy.
Hello, and good afternoon. And if you don't have that Real Radio app, the iHeartRadio app on your phone, get it. It's free, like Franny just said. And it's a great way that you can communicate with the show, because when you go there and you look for Real Radio 921, on our home screen is a little microphone. You press that microphone and you can leave us a message. We call that our talkback feature, and we like to get those, play them on the air. It's a great way to interact with the show.
Thank you, Jimmy. It is the Penthouse on a Monday. I hope you guys are having a good day. Again, you can get involved with us. You can email Jimmy. You can text our text line, and Franny will handle that for you. First, you got to put in Real Radio, 47142, or you can call us. That's another option, 877-927-6969. You want to do some fun facts?
Sure, we'll do a few of them.
It's Franny's Fun Facts.
Well, today is March 13th, and it is a holiday that I am absolutely ready to start celebrating. It is National Napping Day.
Nice. Take a nap.
2:05.
Right now.
Can't wait.
Right now. I'm not waiting till 2.
Let's do this. In fact, they call it National Workplace Napping Day. So go ahead and take a nap while you're at work.
Are you kidding me?
George Costanza.
What a coincidence. It's right after daylight savings kicks in.
Crazy. So we got some interesting facts about naps. There are 3 distinct type of nappers. There's the habitual napper who takes a nap at the same time every single day.
Okay.
I actually know somebody like that.
Sure. So do I.
Every day.
So do I.
There's the planned napper who plans to snooze before she actually gets tired. And then there's the emergency napper who waits until they're so tired that they have to stop whatever they're doing and take a nap as soon as possible. Are you napping right now? I wish I could nap. I'm not much of a napper. I try, it just doesn't work out. But according to this, even distressing, I'll let you know, what I do try to do is beneficial. So they say naps are great de-stressing tools. If you're feeling especially wrung out, strung out, whatever it is, ditching your stressor and taking a snooze instead can give your brain a brief vacation from what's bothering you and calm your central nervous system. So then when you come back to it, you're more collected to solve whatever problem there is more effectively.
Makes sense.
So the coffee nap is one of the most effective ways to rebound your energy levels. I've never heard of a coffee nap.
Coffee
nap? So they say simply...
As in the beverage coffee?
Simply drink a cup of coffee, then sprawl on the couch for your power nap. 20 minutes later, when you wake up, you'll feel more refreshed and alert than ever. The boost you feel from caffeine doesn't typically kick in full force until about 30 minutes after you consumed it.
Okay.
And napping during that period of time helps your body process its existing feelings of drowsiness while you wait for that caffeine to take an effect.
Wow.
So it's the win-win.
Interesting.
Uh-huh. Says you don't have to fall asleep to reap the benefits of a nap, and that's what I was talking about. Sometimes I just lay there eyes closed, but I don't go to sleep.
Sure.
Says even if you spend 20 minutes just lying down with your eyes closed, you can safely and effectively lower your blood pressure, relieving additional stress that your body is experiencing. So if you can't drift off, don't sweat it. Just pretend that you're lying on a beach somewhere and soak it all in. And then just a couple more here.
The old resting the eyes,
yes,
as they say.
Yes. Says humans nap differently than other mammals. So the vast majority of other mammals in the animal kingdom sleep for short periods of time throughout the day whenever their bodies tell them they need rest. We, on the other hand, designate a large chunk of time for sleep and a large chunk of time for wakefulness, intentionally delaying rest even if we feel tired. So other animals, they just nap whenever they want. They just take small little bursts of sleep.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They say your body has an ideal nap time. According to research at the University of California, Berkeley, the best time to take a nap is right in the middle of your wake cycle. So if you aim to nap 8 hours after waking up in the morning and 8 hours before going to bed at night. And then finally, there is a napping competition. So if you're like, man, I am the best napper in the world.
I'm the champ.
It is called the National Siesta Championship, and it's held in Madrid. In the past, the winner even gets to take home a pretty nice cash prize. So how do we sign up? Where do I sign up? I'm not a good napper. And there you go for some of your napping fun facts on a National Nap Day.
Thank you, Francis. Great job as always. It is the Penthouse on a Monday, March 13th, getting close to St. Patrick's Day. Jimmy, I think we have somebody on hold.
We do. Speaking of the champ is here. Chris is on the line with us. Hey, Chris, welcome inside the Penthouse.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was taking a nap. Hello, guys. What's going on?
You sound like you're napping. You must be working.
Hi, Chris.
Oh, hey. Take it easy. Take it easy, Hammerhead.
Yeah, they're listening.
Sitting around waiting to hear about our future as the New York Jets. This guy's killing me. But, I wanted to start off with thanking Franny for such a wonderful drink yesterday. She poured my wife a beer.
I did. So
walking around.
Yeah. So I got to meet Chris's wife, and I almost did not recognize Chris because he has lost so much weight. I mean, you look great. It was absolutely incredible. I mean, you look like a completely different person.
100 pounds?
170, right, Chris?
Yeah, 170.
170 is what he told me.
God bless.
Yeah. So congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it was, well, I mean, I did the surgery, so I consider it wasn't hard.
Yeah, but you still have to do the work with it, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the hardest part is actually the maintaining.
Mm-hmm.
You could like eat too much and stretch it out and then ruin it. But it's what they call it. It's really a tool, and you just kind of got to flow through to, take it easy and just kind of make it work for you. That's all.
Well, that's good, brother.
Yeah. Well, great job, bud.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah. So, what do you think, G? You think this guy's gonna come through? Or what? I actually, I feel bad for the other because I follow a lot of these Jets pages on Facebook and stuff, and if Aaron Rodgers doesn't work out, we're looking at this guy. If he doesn't work out, we're looking at this guy. We have two others on the back burner. How do you think those guys feel that we're like, we're second and third choice?
Who cares? They're getting paid millions. I don't care if I was ninth choice. You kidding me? You're playing football, you're getting paid millions, you're in New York. Who cares? As long as I'm on there, I think Aaron Rodgers becomes a Jet. Just my opinion. I don't think that we talked about it last week, I don't think he would have made the Jets brass and coach come out to California and talk to him. The Packers seem like in every indication that they're done with him. Yeah. Murphy, their GM, even said over the weekend, hey, we'll bring him back and retire his number. I don't think it sounds like things that people are saying if they want to bring him back. The previous year, they always said, hey, Aaron's our quarterback. And I think for the Jets, it's going to make them better. And I think anytime you do anything in life or sports, after you make some kind of a move, doesn't make you better. And I think for the Jets, it makes them a better team with him. I still think he's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. I think he'll know by the end of the week. I really do.
They said, didn't they say this Monday was the trade?
The free agency starts the 15th, but I think he'll do it before.
Okay.
I think he'll know this week. That's just an opinion. He said on a podcast it'll be here before you know it. I don't want to make people wait. He has. I don't know how he's going to like New York. That's another different thing. But with $50 million in your pocket, I think he can adjust.
Yeah. I mean, how much? Like I always say when we talk sports, I value your opinion pretty highly. I mean, is he the quick fix?
Yes.
He's not going to last. He's not going to be around too long.
No, yeah, he's the quick fix, but he's better than what you have. Zach Wilson sucks. He was a bad mistake. I don't think he's going to be a quarterback. I didn't think his personality was good enough for New York, and I don't think his play was good enough. He played in BYU, and it's not a great division in college football. I think Aaron Rodgers is a great fix for 1 or 2 years. Yeah. Vegas thinks so, too, because they went from 35-1 to 15-1. So, yeah, I'd be excited if I was a Jet fan. I know a lot of Jet fans who are not, and they told me over the weekend I'm nuts, and he sucks, and he's finished, but he's not. He's awesome. He really is. I put him in the top 5 still best quarterbacks in the NFL. Just my opinion.
Yeah, they signed Williams and they traded for another guy already. They're trying to stack up, I guess.
Yeah, they are. They had a good year as far as what they came into. They had rookie of the year offensively and defensively. I think they got a good team. It's going to be a great division with him if he gets to the Jets and Buffalo, and obviously what Miami's doing. The Patriots will be in the cellar looking up.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know this ain't the sports show. Just that I don't always call on Saturdays. But
you can ask a question. No big deal. See what happens.
I appreciate it.
No. Hopefully it works out for the Jets. I'm sure the number 12s will be flying off the rack. Namath already said he's going to let him wear his jersey. So that's a big thing.
Yeah, Mr. Jupiter.
Yeah, Mr. Jupiter.
So that's it. Yeah, I haven't talked to you since I told you I was going to that car show. Man, 17 degrees it was in Detroit.
I wish I was there.
2 weeks ago.
Nothing like Detroit this time of year.
Yeah.
17 degrees sounds terrible.
Detroit sounds terrible.
I love my crew. I don't even have to say anything. You should have stopped in Cleveland.
Ain't worse than Detroit. It's Cleveland.
Make sure you tell me well in advance.
I know. Why'd you go all the way over there when just like a month away you got Barrett Jackson coming here?
Yeah. Oh, it's crazy.
No, it's like the most prestigious custom car show in the country.
You go every year, right?
I'm sure it was cool.
You go every year, right?
Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, I meet my friend from New Jersey. We meet up there every year. Yeah.
Why would you want to meet anybody from Jersey?
Well, we grew up together on the island. But
I'm kidding, Chris. I'm kidding. Good friends are hard to find.
You know? Yes, I know. You gotta keep what you got. That's it,
Yeah, well, you never know what happens tomorrow. Maybe meet somebody who becomes a great friend, and he's a Jet fan. That's what you're looking for. How about the Jets if they get Rodgers and they come down here? You're going to want tickets for that game. Woo!
Yeah, I'll call you.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. All right, Chris, thanks so much for listening all the time, and good to hear that you're doing well.
Thank you very much. I'll talk to you guys soon.
All right, bro. Peace.
Take care, pal.
Bye, Chris.
It is the Penthouse on a Monday after the Oscars, changing your clocks and getting ready for your bracket. Remember, you can say all week, how's your bracket, and you won't get in trouble. We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
I weigh myself about once a week, and I am butt naked on the scale.
I did it the other day, also butt naked, but I had my phone in my hand, and I'm like, obviously.
20-pound phone. Yeah,
that's out of
This is
20-pound phone.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 2 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Get ready to celebrate your favorite podcasts at our iHeart Podcast Awards. Tune in as the best podcasts take home awards in categories like comedy, crime, pop culture, and more. Watch on iHeartRadio's YouTube channel and Facebook page, and listen on iHeartRadio tomorrow night at 9.
Considering an EV for yourself or your business? Consider the benefits of subscription. I'm Scott Painter, CEO of Autonomy, where an EV subscription is like a lease but way more flexible. It's a debt-free way to get month-to-month access to a new EV. You can even pay with your credit card. Learn more at autonomy.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Our skies are mostly sunny as we move through the start of our Monday, but towards the late afternoon and evening, a cold front boundary is moving in, bringing us the chance of rain and a few thunderstorms. It's a hot one, though. We're going to be able to warm to around 90 today before the cooler air moves in overnight. Our highs will, though, fall back down into the 70s for Tuesday and Wednesday.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Reset your rest at Mattress Firm's Big Spring Sale. Shop top brands today and save up to $700. Plus, get a free adjustable base with select purchases. Time to score big savings on your dream bed.
Hey y'all, this is your girl Cheryl Underwood, and I want to tell you something. My digestive system used to make me feel sluggish, but those days are over. Now I feel great. That's because I increased my fiber intake with the Metamucil 2-week challenge, and I'm still hooked. I just took Metamucil every day for 14 days, and it's really that easy. Metamucil traps and removes the waste that weighs you down, so you feel lighter and more energetic. Now I never want to go back to that heavy feeling. Are you ready for the Metamucil 2-week challenge? For a coupon and daily support, sign up at Metamucil.com today.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Hey, it's Greek from Monroe's in Palm Beach. The best view in Palm Beach are the girls at Monroe's, 7 days a week until 5 a.m. Adult entertainment, upscale dining, full bar, full liquor, and full nude. And on Friday night, it's Fantasy Fridays. And who doesn't want to kick off the weekend? It's the girls at Monroe's bringing your fantasies to life. Monroe's in Palm Beach. Get over there today and enjoy yourself with a beautiful lady by your side. Peace!
Hey y'all, this is your girl Cheryl Underwood, and I want to tell you something. My digestive system used to make me feel sluggish, but those days are over. Now I feel great. That's because I increased my fiber intake with the Metamucil 2-week challenge, and I'm still hooked. I just took Metamucil every day for 14 days, and it's really that easy. Metamucil traps and removes the waste that weighs you down, so you feel lighter and more energetic. Now I never want to go back to that heavy feeling. Are you ready for the Metamucil 2-week challenge? For a coupon and daily support, sign up at Metamucil.com today.
Recently, a new client called me and started by saying, "Mr. Morgan, I really need your help, but I'm just a nobody." Those words stunned me, and I immediately called him back, and we're now helping him and his family after a terrible accident. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Everybody who comes to our firm at their time of need is a somebody. I grew up poor, but my grandmother was like a queen to us. At Morgan & Morgan, our goal is to level the playing field for you and your family at your time of need. The insurance company has unlimited money and resources. You need a firm who can fight them toe-to-toe. For right at 30 years, we have fought them in courtrooms throughout America. Our results speak for themselves. And always remember this, everybody is a somebody, and nobody is a nobody. Visit forthepeople.com to learn about our firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
When you hire your local CertaPro painters, you get the power of a cut above. Decades of expertise to transform your home from so-so to virtuoso. The power of neighborhood painters. We live where you live and probably like the same pizza place you do. Put the power of pro to work for you today. Get your project started at CertaPro.com.
Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated. License information available at CertaPro.com.
In order for small businesses to thrive, they need to be smart, efficient, agile, staying ahead of the market at every turn, and finding ways to do more with less. That's never been more important than it is right now. So for a limited time, Comcast Business is introducing Small Business Savings, a deal for companies across the country. When you call in now, you can get powerful internet for just $39 a month for 12 months. $39 a month. With no annual contract and a money-back guarantee. All on the largest, fastest, reliable network for small businesses. With the company that powers more businesses than anyone else. So if you're a small business owner, don't wait. Call and get started today. Comcast Business. Powering possibilities.
Offer ends 3/21/23. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 50 megabits per second internet customers only. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Call or go online for details. After promo, regular rates apply.
Hey, y'all, this is your girl, Cheryl Underwood, and I want to tell you something. My digestive system used to make me feel sluggish, but those days are over. Now I feel great. That's because I increased my fiber intake with the Metamucil 2-week challenge, and I'm still hooked. I just took Metamucil every day for 14 days, and it's really that easy. Metamucil traps and removes the waste that weighs you down, so you feel lighter and more energetic. Now I never want to go back to that heavy feeling. Are you ready for the Metamucil 2-week challenge? For a coupon and daily support, sign up at Metamucil.com today.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
Crash with injuries on northbound 95, and this is right between PGA Boulevard and North Lake Boulevard. So it's northbound just past North Lake, and looks like a little bit of a slowdown, but no lanes are blocked according to the Florida Highway Patrol. I'm Joel Mal.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Find everything you love listening to on Audible. Hear celebrity memoirs, mysteries, true crime, sci-fi, and more. Audible is the home of storytelling, audiobooks, podcasts, and originals. Sign up for a free 30-day trial at audible.com.
Only iHeartRadio gives you access to all of your favorite radio stations.
It's the Woody Show.
Hello.
Rob Ryan Show, check it in.
All of the once-in-a-lifetime events.
Alter Ego, are you ready?
All of the best free curated playlists.
My favorite music.
A little bit of everything. All of the great podcasts for every interest.
Stuff they don't want you to know.
All of the mind-blowing content.
And 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Monday. I hope you guys are having a good day and adjusting to the new time. And if you're not, you got time to adjust, as long as you're not totally screwing up your whole day. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon.
And hello, Miss Francis.
Hello.
Well, there was a post on Reddit that asked a very simple question, and I thought I would pose it to you, Greek, and you, Franny, and you as well. Can call in 877-927-6969. If you won an all-expenses-paid vacation to 49 of the 50 U.S. states, which would you exclude?
So many.
Just one?
Just one.
I'm kind of in a toss-up between Alabama and Mississippi. And I'd probably go to Alabama because I don't want to hear everybody go, Roll Tide. I just can't think of much I would do there. I know, like, you think like the Dakotas, but I bet it's probably really pretty over there.
I'm thinking Utah.
Utah's gorgeous. I love Park City and Salt Lake. You
I
went,
know.
I thought you enjoyed Utah.
Yeah, but it was like there's so many restrictions. I like to drink.
Yeah. Greek wants to get hammered when he goes out. It's all expenses paid. So.
The Mormons, BYU.
I'm thinking, I think I'm going with Alabama. I don't need it. What about you, Jimmy?
Yeah, that's, it's really a tough one. Because I can picture a lot of ones that I might initially say like California, but then again, I don't know. What's that road that goes up and down the coast that they're famous for?
The Pacific Coast Highway.
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
I'd love to do that. I'd love to see the Golden Gate Bridge. I mean, there's a bunch of attractions that I wouldn't mind seeing there. I don't know, maybe Maryland. There's a whole heck of a lot there that I would have interest in seeing. I've driven through it a bunch of times. And
the cherry blossoms.
I don't know.
And the seafood. You're not a seafood eater, huh?
No, I'm not.
I don't care for the crab.
But, I mean, that's the thing. I could probably find something, even if it's just, like you say, like you think of maybe the Dakotas because there's not, quote, unquote, a lot there. But, I mean, the scenery is beautiful. The mountains are beautiful. Yeah, and some of them, right? But, or the cold, right? Like in Wisconsin or something like that. But or Maine.
But you necessarily don't have to go during the winter, right?
Yeah,
I mean, you can go to these states during.
Yeah, and that's why. It's like, I could easily talk myself out of naming any of those.
Yeah.
Because
Wisconsin kind of, and I was like, like what? But I was, it would be cool to go to a Packers game would be cool, right?
Sure.
Like even not being a fan. Yeah, so that's why I was trying to like think about even places that may kind of suck, but you could find something that would be cool to do.
Yeah. If it's paid,
Well, that's why. All expenses paid. You don't have to worry about it. Like, there's something everywhere,
Yeah.
for
I go to
most,
Ohio.
most of the states.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what's in Alabama? Like, help me. Anything you can think of?
Sabin.
Exactly.
That's it.
Precisely.
I know somebody who worked there for a while, and they said it was the worst.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just her experience, but she said it was really tough.
This is how bad it is. My ex-husband was living in Alabama, and he was doing pretty well doing demo music for one of like a big country music writer. And he came down here to visit, to meet with another band or whatever, and he never went back to Alabama. He left all of his stuff. He didn't even go back for his clothes.
Wow.
I was like, that's how bad it must be.
That speaks volumes.
That's pretty bad. He also met you.
He left his car, his clothes, everything. Everything.
He never even went back.
No.
Well, I'll tell you what. With that, let's go the opposite way if we can. And this one wasn't up there, but just for us, what is the one state? If, again, all expenses, like the money is off the table, so you don't have to worry about that, right? So setting that aside, what is the one state you would want to go to, even if it's one that you already know of or have been to? So doesn't have to be somewhere you haven't been yet.
I would want to pick something different, yeah. Hawaii would be great, as I've never been to Hawaii.
Well, look at that. How about that for a trifecta?
Yeah.
Because I would say the same. Hawaii,
Let's go.
Hawaii. Let's go.
Let's go.
I'll put in a rerun.
There we go. We'll get some pineapple juice and hang out.
That was quick.
Yeah, just like that. Right.
We'll get a lay.
That's it.
Go ahead with the jokes.
Welcome to Hawaii.
I mean,
Nice.
Hawaii, but I have now, like, I've been wanting to do, like, Glacier National Park, like Montana or something like that would be really beautiful.
Oh, get out of my diary.
I was going to say the same thing.
That's tough. It's tough.
Montana.
Wyoming or Montana, I've heard are absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, and there's so many that I would want to see as well, and that's the thing. It's like to narrow it down. But I mean, some of the things that I like the most, obviously, is the tropical weather.
Yes.
I would love to see, obviously, Pearl Harbor and the museums there. Is a big reason why I would want to go there. Plus, I just love that type of a lifestyle, so I would love to see that. But I have so many. I mean, I mentioned not too long ago, the Hoover Dam and great tried Yellowstone. I'd love to see and Grand Canyon. I mean, those are all Mount Rushmore. I'd love to see all those great landmarks and
RV trip. That's what I want to do. I want to do an RV trip and just go around the country.
Well, you guys can make it easy for us. 877-927-6969. If you want to pay for us to go someplace.
Perfect.
We're taking donations right now.
So I got a text at 47142. Start off with Real Radio. It says, Franny, Alabama, and Mississippi both have great shorelines. Nebraska is the turd of the USA. All right. Fair enough.
Everyone's got a different opinion. That's why we love the audience to get involved with us.
And again, like going through my head, what is it? So you think of something like Kansas or Nebraska or something like that. Like we don't really think of attractions there so much, but the people are so nice. I mean, it's just I could hang out with just the local townspeople and have a great time in states like that. So it's always a toss-up, and that's why I found it hard to come up with one particular state that I could just completely eliminate. I'd love to see Alaska and the night skies and experience the difference with the time zone and the days and how the daylight is, up there, whether it's a lot or little. But the wildlife up there is just outstanding as well. So it's tough.
I guess I'm going to Boca.
All right, I'll see you in Boca.
I love that drop.
Guess I'm going to Hialeah.
877-927-6969. You guys get involved in this. We have a couple things on the table already, but you could always get involved with this. If you had to get a paid vacation someplace, what state would you want to go? And let us know. We'll come back with a trifecta and so much more. Peace.
I'm going to Boca.
Rover's Morning Glory.
Crystal said she's never been to a strip club, so Jeffrey volunteered to take her to one, but it sounds like it wasn't so great. First impressions?
The smell is what hit me first at this place. It was a little musty in a weird way.
Aside from the smell, was it a nice place?
Was one girl who I would say was a wannabe stripper and probably a meth addict or something. I mean, she had no teeth. Her teeth were just those little slivers of teeth.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10 on Real Radio 92.1 for the Palm Beaches and 101.7 for the Treasure Coast.
This is Pro Bowler Sean Merriman. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Staples Stores.
The Dolphins are adding a star cornerback. It's Jalen Ramsey. Miami acquired Ramsey from the Rams for a 23 third-round draft pick and tight end Hunter Long. Miami and FAU are heading to the NCAA tourney. The Hurricanes are the 5 seed. That's in the Midwest. They'll face Drake Friday, while the 9th-seeded Owls take on Memphis. And the American Gaming Association says 68 million Americans will wager more than $15 billion on March Madness. I'm Scott Davidson.
During Staples Teacher Palooza, teachers save big, or you save. Save 25% on classroom decor and up to 40% on brands like Post-it, Papermate, and Elmer's. In-store only, offer ends 4/1 while supplies last. Help your favorite teachers stock their classroom at Staples.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Our skies are mostly sunny as we move through the start of our Monday, but towards the late afternoon and evening, a cold front boundary is moving in, bringing us a chance of rain and a few thunderstorms. It's a hot one, though. We're going to be able to warm to around 90 today before the cooler air moves in overnight. Our highs will, though, fall back down into the 70s for Tuesday and Wednesday.
This report is sponsored by the Florida Department of Transportation. Hey, listeners, before celebrating St. Patrick's Day this year, remember to plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Don't let your luck run out.
In this week's Marketers Report, Patrizio Spagnoletto, Global Chief Marketing Officer, Direct-to-Consumer for Warner Brothers Discovery, weighs in on building trust.
Trust is a really hard thing to build and a really easy thing to destroy, and we have to be very respectful about that. Our partnership with iHeart has really helped us build that trust and that relationship with the on-air talent.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, conversations, trusted influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. Go to iHeartResults.com for more.
When I can't sleep, my mind just races. I think about work, the kids, but I don't think about taking melatonin because I'm afraid I'll feel groggy in the morning.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies has an optimal dose of melatonin for no next-day grogginess, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake up feeling refreshed. ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies for better sleep like never before. And try Pure Z Sleep plus next-day energy with melatonin plus extended-release B vitamins.
Hey, y'all, this is your girl, Cheryl Underwood, and I want to tell you something. My digestive system used to make me feel sluggish, but those days are over. Now I feel great. That's because I increased my fiber intake with the Metamucil 2-week challenge, and I'm still hooked. I just took Metamucil every day for 14 days, and it's really that easy. Metamucil traps and removes the waste that weighs you down, so you feel lighter and more energetic. Now I never want to go back to that heavy feeling. Are you ready for the Metamucil 2-week challenge? For a coupon and daily support, sign up at Metamucil.com today.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients. Today, Morgan & Morgan has more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey, y'all, this is your girl, Cheryl Underwood, and I want to tell you something. My digestive system used to make me feel sluggish, but those days are over. Now I feel great. That's because I increased my fiber intake with the Metamucil 2-week challenge, and I'm still hooked. I just took Metamucil every day for 14 days, and it's really that easy. Metamucil traps and removes the waste that weighs you down, so you feel lighter and more energetic. Now I never want to go back to that heavy feeling. Are you ready for the Metamucil 2-week challenge? For a coupon and daily support, sign up at Metamucil.com today.
Florida Community Health Centers provide pediatric and adult care, as well as COVID services for West Palm Beach. Florida Community Health Centers is located at 5827 Corporate Way, Suite 135 in West Palm Beach. To learn more or to schedule an appointment in West Palm Beach, visit fchcinc.org. That's fchcinc.org. Florida Community Health Centers wants everyone to stay safe and stay healthy.
When I can't sleep, my mind just races. I think about work, the kids, but I don't think about taking melatonin because I'm afraid I'll feel groggy in the morning.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies has an optimal dose of melatonin for no next-day grogginess, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake up feeling refreshed. ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies for better sleep like never before. And try Pure Z Sleep plus next-day energy with melatonin plus extended-release B vitamins.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach. Pray.com's Meditative Prayers podcast is the best way to bring God's perfect peace into your night. Each meditative prayer helps you focus on God, fight anxiety, sleep better, and more.
As you close your eyes, ask God to come and have fellowship with you. Open yourself to the Holy Spirit and ask Him to minister to you.
Listen to Meditative Prayers on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm Rocky Moselle with StarRegistry.com. Since we were children, we've been told to reach for the stars. It was great advice. Now it's a great gift. Name a star after someone. For $54 and a call to 800-282-3333 or visit StarRegistry.com, we will name a star after someone very special to you and send an incredible personalized gift. The new star name will be recorded in book form in the U.S. Copyright Office. Call the Star Registry, 800-282-3333 or visit StarRegistry.com for the hottest gift. I'm Rocky Moselle with StarRegistry.com. Since we were children, we've been told to reach for the stars. It was great advice. Now it's a great gift. Name a star after someone. For $54 and a call to 800-282-3333 or visit StarRegistry.com, we will name a star after someone very special to you and send an incredible personalized gift. The new star name will be recorded in book form in the U.S. Copyright Office. Call the Star Registry, 800-282-3333 or visit StarRegistry.com for the hottest gift.
When I can't sleep, my mind just races. I think about work, the kids, but I don't think about taking melatonin because I'm afraid I'll feel groggy in the morning.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies has an optimal dose of melatonin for no next-day grogginess, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake up feeling refreshed. ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies for better sleep like never before. And try Pure Z Sleep plus Next Day Energy with melatonin plus extended-release B vitamins.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
As you're heading out along 95 right now, things are running pretty smoothly for the most part. 15 minutes between Southern and PGA. We do have a crash on the shoulder in Delray. This is southbound 95 just north of Atlantic Avenue. I'm Joel Malkin.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Find everything you love listening to on Audible. Hear celebrity memoirs, mysteries, true crime, sci-fi, and more. Audible is the home of storytelling.
Introducing the latest way to hear the greatest station in the world.
Tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio.
What's going on, Penthouse? Happy Monday. You guys are just talking about people abroad not being able to get certain types of food they're missing. And the one person referenced specifically macaroni and cheese Kraft. Some of those European countries don't allow some of the dyes and chemicals that we get here in the United States in their food. So the food could taste completely different because they're not getting all that good yellow dye number 12 we get here.
Hey, this is Granny. Greg, you know why I'm always smiling when we're having sex? Because without my hearing aid in, I can't hear a word you're saying. Honey?
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Not much you can say after that. Not much you can say after that, boys and girls.
What?
It is the Penthouse on a Monday. A lot on the table today. Did you see the Oscars last night? You have an opinion? Let us know. Did you change your clock back, or was it a hassle today for you? Get there. And are you ready for St. Patty's Day on Friday and March Madness? Jimmy's in the house. Good morning, Jimmy.
Hello and good afternoon.
Good afternoon, more correctly. And, of course, good morning, Francis.
Hello and good afternoon to you.
Whatever. It's time for a trifecta. Whatever. Aaron Rodgers says he's going to have an answer this week, but a lot of people are upset in Green Bay and the Jets because they feel like he's holding the teams hostage, and also feels like they're maybe missing out on some other free agents that could be out there. Whether or not he's doing it on purpose or he's just being Aaron, he is doing it, and the Jets and right now the Packers are waiting for him to come up with an answer. It seems like the trade is done. He just has to say he's okay with it. The Dolphins made a big trade yesterday, getting Jalen Ramsey over to our defense, which is going to help it. This kid has been in the pro 7 years, 3 times All-Pro, and he won a Super Bowl a couple years ago with the Rams. He's a shutdown corner. It's going to help the Dolphins, and the Dolphins also picked up the 5th-year option of Tua. So Tua's going to be around for a while. If you don't like him, you better get used to it. And it is the madness, and the number 1 seeds are Kansas, Alabama, Houston, and Purdue. Number 1 seeds. Alabama, Kansas, Houston, and Purdue. There's a bet that you can make right now that one of these 4 will not win, and you can get the rest of the tournament if you like crazy odds and different kind of prop bets. Also, hats off to FAU Owls. Let's give the Owls a hoot. Come on. First time in 20 years they made the tournament. I'm excited for them. They were a covering machine this year. I think they had 32 wins. They got a tough game. First, they open up with Memphis, and if they beat Memphis, then they got Purdue. So it's going to be a tough road for the Owls, but guess what? Who knows what they can do? They've had a great season. They won their tournament, so hats off to the FAU Owls. And that is your trifecta. Peace.
So there is a park just a couple hours north of us, and I'm sure we've all heard of Disney. And there's people who've worked at Disney, specifically the character actors. They have hit up a thread and have decided to say some things that have happened during work, some little secrets.
Okay.
Now, we obviously cannot confirm if these are true or not, so it's just their word, what happened when they used to work up there at the happiest place on earth. According to one person here, they said somebody once offered me $400 to have sex with him while in my Goofy costume. It was very awkward. Goofy, in the Goofy costume.
I'm kind of upset. I only got offered $200.
This one sucks. I guess there was somebody, it was like 95 degrees and they were in that character suit and it was so hot and they got really sick. They vomited inside of their suit.
Oh, that's tough.
Splattering the inside of the head with their half-digested lunch. They said that they had to walk a very long distance back to the dressing room and you could not take the head off because you can't break character breathing in their own
God, I would have broke character. I would have been fired. Like, I got to go. God.
It sounds so gross.
Oh, man. Ugh.
I know.
There goes lunch.
This one person said, I used to play Tinkerbell, and the weirdest thing is that dads low-key would hit on you.
Low-key?
Yeah, like kids are kids. They do weird stuff, but don't mean it. The adults, however, know they're being weird, and for some reason just don't care. Like, don't talk about my looks in front of your kids or try to cop a feel. This happens so often that we had guards all over the place just in case someone got handsy.
Yeah, I believe it.
That's terrible.
Just dads like Tinkerbell, huh? Said the weirdest thing for sure was when the super rich Saudi prince came over and we had to do basically anything that this person said. I guess they said it was an investor too, maybe.
Okay.
One time he wanted the whole duck family in his suite. So we literally had Huey, Louie, and Dewey shipped over from Florida since Paris didn't have the costumes. I was Scrooge. We had to go to his suite overlooking Main Street one morning and hand out random certificates to his friends for achievements, including being at Disneyland Paris, I guess. So that was the one happened at Disneyland Paris.
Sounds horrible.
Right?
Hang out in a suite
in
Paris.
Oh, man. Sounds like the worst. Paid for vacation.
I feel so bad for you. My God, let's start a fundraiser.
And my ex-wife was in the character department at the Disney World years ago, and she was always getting injured by guests. From macho men wanting to see how strong of a grip Mickey had to grabbing hold of Donald's bill and yanking really hard. He said they'd pull noses, beaks, ears, and could really hurt people. So people are just kind of jerks. Yep.
Plus, I'm sure when people drink, they get a little, handsy and stuff like that, which isn't good.
That's what they said. A lot of people get like bear hugs and stuff, and they're like, you're not supposed to pick up any of these Disney characters.
Yeah, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Imagine you start yelling at them, don't touch.
I said a lot of it were these, like people picking them up, squeezing them. A lot of women wanted to post in sexually suggestive ways for photos. It should say pose, I'm assuming. I had a girl walk up, ask for a picture, and then turn around, face away from me, bend over, and put her butt up against my crotch. I just froze and threw up a thumbs up.
Tough day in the job.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, Pluto.
I believe that was Mickey. I do.
That was Mickey?
Yeah,
Okay.
I believe it was
All
Mickey.
right.
Take a picture. She bends over. Nice. Oh, my God.
Oh, my goodness. Here we go. A person dressed as Daisy Duck got tackled by a guest and was knocked out cold. They said when she recovered, she pressed charges on that person.
She should.
I'm with you. The worst nights for the characters were high school senior nights.
Oh, I can only
bet.
imagine.
The pranks.
Said it was always a bunch of unruly teens with little to no supervision. No one wanted to work these shifts ever.
Who would? I mean, the kids are going out of control, probably drinking too, and nobody's watching them. Oh, I can only imagine. That should have been a night they should have got double pay.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would have mattered.
This person was not a cast member, but they said it was either Mickey or Minnie. I do not know who it was. Cut a very audible fart while posing with me and my wife. They said it must have been awful inside that Dutch oven of a costume.
Wow.
So there you go. Some character actors from the Disney parks telling some secrets.
If you guys got anything that you've ever done, you want to tell us, 877-927-6969. Also, March Madness, how is your bracket? What do you think? Who's going to win? The Oscars last night, what did you think of them? How did Jimmy Kimmel do as an opening monologue? A lot of people thought he did okay. Lady Gaga got some good reviews from a lot of people, her singing. If you have that. And, of course, setting your clocks ahead. You lost an hour. What did you think about that? Does it really bother you, or you're like, I really don't care either way? Those are some of the things you get involved with the show. You can text us, you can email Jimmy, or you can call us. Those are just a couple ways that you can get involved with the show. Now, Franny, you have something about yoga that could help guys. I think it was in a New York Post, and guys might want to be taking yoga if they want to maybe make their love life a little better.
Yeah, yep. Yoga, according to some research that has been done, helps you guys last 3 times longer in bed. 3 times.
That's a lot. The champ is here. Now goes Frazier.
So they say
that means something a little different
right?
there, doesn't it?
Yes, it does when we're talking about this. They say being active can be a big help in increasing men's stamina in the bedroom, according to new research. A scientific review looked at different techniques that could help men who suffer from premature ejaculation last longer during sex without using any kind of medication like Viagra. And some of the findings found out that you may want to start taking up yoga. They analyzed 54 studies that include almost 3,500 men, including one that instructed some of the participants to run at least 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. They went from lasting an average of 39 seconds to more than 3 minutes.
Wow.
I know.
That's great.
Winning. Winning.
You got to check out the TV.
39 seconds to 3 minutes.
That's quick.
Well, the group of guys that was told to walk no more than 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, lasted just 50 seconds by the end of the study. So obviously, running works better than just walking. Yeah. But
that'll make you last.
Another study.
2 hours.
Right? Another study that was reviewed involved 26 men who did 12 weeks of yoga. At the end of that study, the amount of time those guys lasted during sex more than tripled.
12 weeks.
Going from an average, of just under 26 seconds to nearly a minute and a half.
Oh, a long time.
So basically, yes.
You could be out of the relationship by that time.
They have concluded that physical activity helps men improve their sexual performance, even if it's just up to a minute and a half. But it's for premature. It's for people who suffer from that.
90 seconds is 90 seconds.
Yes. It's better than 26 seconds, right?
Sure is.
Take what you can get.
27's better than 26. 877-927-6969. If you've taken yoga and you feel like it's improved, let us know. This was in the New York Post. Always have a lot of crazy articles about that. And all you do is see the headlines. People they'll be like, let me check this out. Let me see what happens. Also, you got the madness happening this week. You'll get the brackets. The lines are out already in Vegas. They were out last night, which is amazing. Last night about like 11 o'clock, all the betting lines are out. And we'll talk about the games this week on Thursday and Fridays when it kicks off. Wednesdays, there's a couple games. And then you guys will, before you know it, we'll be ready to go and having a good time. And maybe we'll fill out a bracket, the three of us, and just see how we do for blanks and giggles.
Well, a woman saw something online, and I'm just kind of curious what you two would do about it, or if anybody else, please chime in and let us know. So this lady's at work, and she looks online for her job's website.
Okay.
They posted her job online.
I know somebody that happened to hear years ago.
Yeah. So here's the kicker to it. It was listed for $30,000 more.
Oh,
minimum
than what she was making.
Of what she was making, yeah. A 25-year-old woman in New York noticed that her company posted a job listing for the same job that she does, a tech writer, and the advertisement pays a whole lot more, $32,000 to $90,000 more. And to make things worse, she's been trying to get a salary bump for months without any luck. So what did she do? She applied for the job. She tweeted about it, and it went viral, of course. The company responded by taking the listing down and then reposting it as a separate job.
Ooh.
Then they claimed it was an internal posting and wasn't meant for anyone to apply externally. And then they floated talk about the possibility of layoffs for the company. It's unclear what madness was going on behind the scenes, but the woman says she hasn't been contacted about her application for the new higher paying job, and she actually expects to be fired after drawing attention to the fiasco, which doesn't surprise me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like she'll be fine, though. She's using this unexpected attention to promote a book of poetry she put out last year, and it's now selling like crazy.
Oh, good.
Just imagine what happens. A little bit of publicity will help you out in another way, so good for her. And people are sending her job offers and listings, too, after seeing this as well. But could you imagine that? You see your job posted online for $30,000, and that's the minimum side of it. 30 to, what did I say? 30 to
90, you said.
$32,000 to $90,000 more. So the range. By the way, I was also reading something about that, and apparently they do that because this was in New York. And in New York, when you post a job, apparently there's a law there saying that they have to list the dollar amount.
Okay.
You know, what the offering is. So what they do is they put in a wide range.
Sure.
And that's how they kind of get around that transparency law that's there now. And that's why I think you're seeing such a big gap there of 32 to 90,000, because that's a pretty big gap in pay.
So if she gets
difference.
fired, she can apply.
But how about that? You see your own job online for your company, so you apply for it. That's funny.
Oh, yeah, that's got to be brutal if you see something like that. It's like if you know somebody you're dating and you find out they're still on a dating site. You're like, what are you still looking for?
But I think if you see that, like not even the first thing that goes through your head is apply for that. I think automatically going, I'm getting blown out.
Oh, yeah.
They're replacing
That's
me.
the first thing I would think, too.
Yeah.
Of course.
I know somebody years ago, it was Clear Channel time. It happened, and I remember she called me, and I said, there's no way.
Yeah.
And she was right.
I know somebody right now that's going through it. Somebody very close to me, and they saw their company is hiring and reading the description. He was like, that's what I do.
So do you go in and just say to your boss, how am I doing?
Well, I mean, every situation is different, but I mean, at that point, I would just go get another job.
Yeah.
Start looking at least, right?
You start
Get
looking.
that resume together.
But you don't ask them like.
But I love the idea, the joke of applying for the job.
That's great.
Especially since the dollar amount was so much higher.
Yeah, you say, I want to apply for the job. They'll say, you already have the job. Yeah, but I want the job with this new pay than what I had. And a lot of times stuff in big companies, too, people don't really communicate. And sometimes things go up and people don't even realize it or stuff like that. It happens.
Get some HR department that's in another part of the country, is posting it for, if it's a big, international company or something like that. I mean, I could see that happening.
Yeah, that happened.
They don't even know.
Friend that I had, they said, well, we didn't know anything about it. Came from corporate. It was a mistake.
Sure.
And you know what? Things happen.
Now pack your stuff.
3 weeks later, she was gone. Yep. Yeah. No, it had nothing to do with that, they said. It was something totally different. But yeah, I think if you find out anything like that online or you read about it, you got to feel terrible. You're driving home saying, what the hell's going on?
Sure, that's it.
I mean, they talk about players in sports who find out they get traded and online.
Yeah, there's something that's kind of similar along those same lines, right?
Yeah.
You see, I mean, can you imagine all the talk with, like even down here locally with Tua, and how people have been kind of bad-mouthing him and they think that he's going to go away, and there's all these different rumors that go around. They read the papers too. Most of them do, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're told not to, but you can't help it. You can't help but hear the rumors.
Hearing that Tom Brady's going to come and take your place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even if you don't read them, people do.
Mm-hmm.
So they pick up the phone, they call or talk or tell, hey, it says today in the whatever paper, you're getting fired. Or ESPN's reporting tonight, you're gone.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gotta. I mean, I like guys who do sit down and talk about it, and they're honest. They said, hey, it bothers us. They don't.
It has to.
It has to. Especially if you got a family and you're living someplace. You're like, well, one day I'm here, 2 hours later I got to move. So that's a lot on them.
Mm-hmm. I can't imagine that, right? So you're living somewhere and we're playing for a team that you love, and maybe it was your a team that you dreamed of when you were a kid. I mean, these people are humans. I mean, they had favorite teams too. It's how many times will we read that they talk about the teams that they really loved when they were growing up.
Sure.
Sometimes they're with them, and sometimes they're with a different team. Of course, as long as you're in the NFL, you're happy. You're making a big salary and everything, but. If you're playing for your team, your dream city and everything, you're there, and then all of a sudden, boom, you find out, nope, you're going to another city or state. I don't know, boy, that's got to suck.
Miami would be one of the places I would want to play.
There's no surprise there.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, the taxes,
we
the
live
weather.
Here, we live here for a reason.
Yeah. I mean, all around. I like the uniforms, too. It is the Penthouse, and it is a Monday. Franny, we're coming back with some Florida stories. What do we have to get the bacon in the pan?
Well, we got meth, we got nudity, and we have a fire all coming up in your What the Florida on Real Radio 92.1.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Our skies are mostly sunny as we move through the start of our Monday, but towards the late afternoon and evening, a cold front boundary is moving in, bringing us the chance of rain and a few thunderstorms. It's a hot one, though. We're going to be able to warm to around 90 today before the cooler air moves in overnight. Our highs will, though, fall back down into the 70s for Tuesday and Wednesday.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Discover credit cards do something pretty awesome. At the end of your first year, they automatically double all the cash back you've earned. That's right, everything you earn double. The cash back from trips, restaurants, all doubled. Seriously, though, see terms and check it out for yourself at discover.com/match.
Good Greek moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
Hey, y'all, this is your girl, Cheryl Underwood, and I want to tell you something. My digestive system used to make me feel sluggish, but those days are over. Now I feel great. That's because I increased my fiber intake with the Metamucil 2-week challenge, and I'm still hooked. I just took Metamucil every day for 14 days, and it's really that easy. Metamucil traps and removes the waste that weighs you down, so you feel lighter and more energetic. Now I never want to go back to that heavy feeling. Are you ready for the Metamucil 2-week challenge? For a coupon and daily support, sign up at Metamucil.com today.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Josh, quote, "After walking around my whole life being a mouth breather, I was excited to try Navage. I read the directions carefully, pressed the button, and oh my gosh, what a sensation. So much mucus, so much crud, but oh sweet, merciful air I can finally breathe you through my nose. Never have I ever taken such an amazing breath in my life. This is a life changer," unquote. He's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Subscription required.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 90% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/radio. At Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the biggest brands at 90% off. That's right, get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but 90% cheaper. It's the same medication you get from your doctor, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/radio. That's 4hims.com/radio for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/RADIO.
Hey, y'all, this is your girl, Cheryl Underwood, and I want to tell you something. My digestive system used to make me feel sluggish, but those days are over. Now I feel great. That's because I increased my fiber intake with the Metamucil 2-week challenge, and I'm still hooked. I just took Metamucil every day for 14 days, and it's really that easy. Metamucil traps and removes the waste that weighs you down, so you feel lighter and more energetic. Now I never want to go back to that heavy feeling. Are you ready for the Metamucil 2-week challenge? For a coupon and daily support, sign up at Metamucil.com today.
GiveMeTheVin.com is America's best car buyer, paying top dollar for your car, truck, sports car, exotic. What are you waiting for? We want to buy your car right now. Find out why. Thousands of satisfied customers across the United States put more money in their pocket by going to GiveMeTheVin.com. I told my buyers, let's get them bought. Right now is the time to go.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
As America's largest injury firm, we have advantages few others do. Our results and reputation are well known to the other side, and we have a track record of going toe-to-toe with them and winning big. But what does that mean for you? What does that mean for your case? I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. One of the things we're most proud about is that we set up our firm so that your case gets lots of attention from a lot of people. Our technology and army of lawyers give us insight and oversight into every detail and every moment of your case. Paralegals, legal assistants, investigators, buildings with boxes of evidence. Every resource carefully designed to get you the most possible. And at Morgan & Morgan, we even have a dedicated team to make sure that your calls are returned that very same day. Injured? Dial pound law. That's pound 529. All law firms are not the same. There's only one Morgan & Morgan. ForThePeople.com.
Injured? Visit ForThePeople.com for an office near you.
Hey y'all, this is your girl Cheryl Underwood, and I want to tell you something. My digestive system used to make me feel sluggish, but those days are over. Now I feel great. That's because I increased my fiber intake with the Metamucil 2-week challenge, and I'm still hooked. I just took Metamucil every day for 14 days, and it's really that easy. Metamucil traps and removes the waste that weighs you down, so you feel lighter and more energetic. Now I never want to go back to that heavy feeling. Are you ready for the Metamucil 2-week challenge? For a coupon and daily support, sign up at Metamucil.com today.
When I can't sleep, my mind just races. I think about work, the kids, but I don't think about taking melatonin because I'm afraid I'll feel groggy in the morning.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies has an optimal dose of melatonin for no next-day grogginess, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake up feeling refreshed. ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies for better sleep like never before. And try Pure Z Sleep plus next-day energy with melatonin plus extended-release B vitamins.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Plenty of construction to maneuver around, especially in Jupiter. The bridge is closed for the next 20 months. US 1 from A1A to Old Dixie Highway alternate. A1A, US 1. That is your detour there. And we have bridge work that has shut down 6th Avenue South from Congress Avenue to Grove Street. Use Lantana Road. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Reset your rest at Mattress Firm's Big Spring Sale. Shop top brands today and save up to $700. Plus, get a free adjustable base with select purchases. Time to score big savings on your dream bed.
From the Anajar Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Yeah, I see what you mean about those listings that companies put up, and sometimes it's for the same job, different money. I'm not sure, but I'm looking at iHeart here post for a radio host in South Florida for something called the Penthouse, and it's saying $350,000 a year. So I went ahead and applied. Let me know, guys, if it's a real opening.
You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Always glad you guys are listening. We appreciate it.
Can I apply for that job too?
I mean, you can. It's online. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon.
Franny's here.
Hi, what's up?
And doing a great job, may I add.
Thank you.
Worked all weekend, 73 hours.
73 hours. Yes.
And the Oscars. You're on the red carpet last night.
Yeah. Taking pictures, and interviewing a bunch of people.
Did you guys notice? I didn't watch the Oscars. Was the carpet gold or champagne or whatever they said it was?
It was champagne.
That Donna said?
Yeah, it was champagne. But I saw a couple interviews, but I thought I saw some red too. But I mean, again, I saw the champagne. I was a little odd. Now this year they'll definitely throw it out.
You are a little odd. That's true.
You are a little odd.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Hold on, 104. 04. I am a little.
I think I am. I agree. I'm different.
Nice.
I'm not your average crayon in the box, but always trying to get back into it. We got Franny here for some Florida stories.
Florida.
Did you say Florida? I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
Well, let's start with a woman who fell asleep in her car, and she was at a gas pump at a 7-Eleven. Well, the clerk over there at the 7-Eleven was like, man, that car's been there for a long time. Nobody's come out of it. It's been 45 minutes. So they ended up calling the cops.
Oh, wow.
That's what it sounds like.
Cat police.
Yep.
Apparently.
Yes.
Cat police.
That was supposed to be a little bit of a siren.
Oh, that was a siren?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. You didn't get that?
How
With
could
a
I
blanket
miss?
over it.
How could I miss?
With a blanket over it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, deputies looked inside of the car and they found Nicole Pelican, 30 years old, sleeping, fast asleep. And she had a gun on her lap, just in case, I guess.
Look out.
Nobody bothered her.
And the deputies saw 2 glass pipes also near her body,
Babanya.
which are often used to smoke narcotics. Well, they ended up getting her out of the car after knocking a couple times. She didn't. They opened up the door. And they did search the vehicle where they found 20 yes, meow, meow, meow.
There was a cat in the glove compartment.
And they found 20 grams of a crystal-like substance in her backpack that tested positive for meth. They said that she did have a valid concealed weapons permit, but now she is facing
Not
charges.
anymore.
Nope. And now she's facing charges of possession of meth and drug equipment, all because she decided to take a little nap right next to a gas pump at a 7-Eleven. And then, crazy story where this girl got drunk and she did something very irrational. So Anna Allen, was booked in the Collier County Jail. According to her roommates, they were all drinking. They got drunk. She got a little lippy. She got in an argument with her roommates. They said that she actually physically attacked one of them. And then she just went into her bedroom and slammed the door. They said a few minutes later, she left her bedroom and said, F you all, I'm out of here.
Peace out.
Peace out.
She was mad.
Gotta go.
Yep. One of her roommates was like, this is just her. It's kind of normal behavior when she's drinking. Like, she's just a jerk. So, investigators, because there were investigators, because the roommates started noticing there was smoke coming from her room. It was billowing out from underneath her door. And they're like, oh my God, there was a fire.
Smoke coming out of her ears.
Yes.
She was so mad.
So somehow this Allen girl, Anna Allen, ended up in the hospital. They're interviewing her. And when they asked about the fire, she said that she just threw a cigarette. She was like, I just threw a cigarette, sir. I was just pissed the F off. And she allegedly told the deputy interviewing her that she saw the fire start, but she didn't care. She concluded with the interview. I got into a confrontation. I flicked a cigarette. I love this. I seen embers of a small fire. I said, okay, let it burn. I don't care. And I kept walking. And that's exactly what she did. She just kept on walking. Well, they determined that the fire was clearly set intentionally. The detectives confirmed that the fire was started in her closet with a pile of clothes and books. They saw a butane lighter, found it close by, and they were like, the most probable cause of this fire is the intentional application of what they said portable heat source to readily available combustible materials, which was the clothing and the books in the closet. So, yes, she is a fire starter. So she is in a lot of trouble. And terrible because she had the roommates along in there. And there was a 12-year-old kid in that house, too. And several rabbits. They had rabbits, too. Almost cooked the rabbits.
She's going away.
Mm-hmm. They all did make it out of the house safely, though. But the home was deemed a total loss.
Oh, she's screwed.
Uh-huh. And then right here on beautiful Palm Beach Island, Worth Avenue.
La-di-da.
La-di-da. Normally see people wearing designer clothing and handbags and nice shoes. You normally don't see naked people, and that's what this guy was, completely naked. Jason Smith and people Taboo Restaurant, which is a very fancy restaurant. Rod Stewart likes to hang out over there. An employee from Taboo called police and like, there's a naked dude who just walked past the restaurant.
Wanted a table.
Yeah. They're like in a view of all of our customers.
Is Rod Stewart here?
Rod Stewart here.
When police arrived, they quickly pointed out the naked guy. That's him right there.
That's taboo.
That's naked Jason Smith. Yeah.
You can't do that.
Thanks for pointing him out.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Couldn't figure out he was a naked one, right?
Yeah.
So he told police he didn't know where the heck his clothes went. He was like, I don't know what happened to my clothes. He refused to give his name or date of birth. They ended up taking him into the headquarters. They continued to ask him, and he was like, would not give up his name. Finally, he did. And he told police he didn't have a social security number or identification card. Like, he does not exist. And according to the arrest report, he also told police that he resided on a different Earth. So he doesn't even live here.
Oh, okay.
On our Earth.
So then really
he lives on a completely different Earth.
Okay, so really didn't do anything wrong.
So, yeah.
So they let him go.
Yeah, well, no, then he was like, all right, I live in West Palm Beach, is what he said.
That caught me.
Yeah.
So they let him go.
And now he is in Palm Beach County Jail. That's where he lives right now, is in Palm Beach County Jail.
Very interesting.
And that is your What the Florida.
Great job, Francis. We do it twice a show, 1105 and 105. You guys give us all the craziness, and we put it back at you.
I kind of have some craziness here in the text line, and it happened in Florida, so we can just add this as a little tag to the What the Florida. 47142 said, in college, I worked at Splash Mountain, and the one thing I found most interesting was Minnie Mouse typically is a guy. They're like, have you ever noticed Minnie has larger than normal calves? I've never really looked at Minnie's calves. So. Yeah. Yeah. They said,
hey, check out those calves, Jimmy, on Minnie.
They said also at Splash Mountain, they put in lap bars because of people standing up trying to take pictures, and that was always interesting going through the pictures. Nowadays, people would be fired showing those pics. Well, Splash Mountain is no longer, right? Didn't they get rid of that?
They just closed the last month.
Yeah.
Last ride, I wanted to get up there.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And I was jonesing for some of the water they were giving away, and Carmine hooked me up,
Yeah, if I saw that video, crackhead.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. It is the Penthouse. We're going to come back in a few minutes. Jimmy's got an interesting tale about Billy Joel, his thoughts on some things that happen in the music industry, and I'm looking forward to hearing it. It is the Penthouse. We'll be back.
Real radio is the news junkie.
I weigh myself about once a week, and I am butt naked on the scale.
I did it the other day, also butt naked, but I had my phone in my hand, and I'm like, obviously.
20-pound phone. Yeah, that's adding a lot to the 20-pound phone.
The News Junkie, weekday afternoons at 2 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Our skies are mostly sunny as we move through the start of our Monday, but towards the late afternoon and evening, a cold front boundary is moving in, bringing us the chance of rain and a few thunderstorms. It's a hot one, though. We're going to be able to warm to around 90 today before the cooler air moves in overnight. Our highs will, though, fall back down into the 70s for Tuesday and Wednesday.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Reset your rest at Mattress Firm's Big Spring Sale. Shop top brands today and save up to $700. Plus, get a free adjustable base with select purchases. Time to score big savings on your dream bed.
The News Junkie is brought to you by Gordon & Partners. ForTheInjured.com. 561-333-3333.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Hey, y'all, this is your girl, Cheryl Underwood, and I want to tell you something. My digestive system used to make me feel sluggish, but those days are over. Now I feel great. That's because I increased my fiber intake with the Metamucil 2-week challenge, and I'm still hooked. I just took Metamucil every day for 14 days, and it's really that easy. Metamucil traps and removes the waste that weighs you down, so you feel lighter and more energetic. Now I never want to go back to that heavy feeling. Are you ready for the Metamucil 2-week challenge? For a coupon and daily support, sign up at Metamucil.com today.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Win $15,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows. Pick up your phone and text the word HAPPY right now to 20129. That's HAPPY to 20129.
Hey, it's Greek from Monroe's in Palm Beach. The best view in Palm Beach are the girls at Monroe's, 7 days a week until 5 a.m. Adult entertainment, upscale dining, full bar, full liquor, and full nude. And on Friday night, it's Fantasy Fridays. And who doesn't want to kick off the weekend? It's the girls at Monroe's bringing your fantasies to life. Monroe's in Palm Beach. Get over there today and enjoy yourself with a beautiful lady by your side. Peace!
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South offers volume discounts for homeowners. The more you buy, the more you save. Our discounts start at the fourth window, and from there, the savings grow. New South can do this because we own our factory, and that's the power of Factory Direct. Visit us at newsouthwindow.com.
By now, you've heard all of our ads. America's largest injury law firm. It means that when you hire us, you get a legal army. When it comes to law, size matters. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Wouldn't it be nice to say you have a graphic design team, printer, and direct mail company on staff for your business? With Bulldog Marketing, you almost do. Their clients range from Main Street to Fortune 500s, and their facilities are right here in West Palm Beach. Plus, they're fast. Small batches, large print jobs, bring it on. They'll get it done on time, almost like they were on your own team. Email them at info@bdmk.net. That's info@bdmk.net. And let's get your job in the works.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Tara, quote, "My doctor wanted me to do saline rinses for my allergies, but I've never been able to successfully use a neti pot. Navage uses suction power, so it's foolproof. There are nights when I'll have particularly bothersome allergies. I'll bust it out, and the results are immediate. It's such a relief. It's become a lifesaver." Unquote. She's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, Navage, clean nose, healthy life.
The podcast Let's Start a Coup wonders, what if a secret cabal of the nation's most powerful people tried to overthrow the president? Explore how it almost happened to FDR in the 1930s in this darkly comedic retelling of one of American history's weirdest schemes.
And for you, Major General Smedley Butler, nothing will ever be the same.
Why? Is it something bad?
Listen to Let's Start a Coup on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
Plenty of construction to maneuver around, especially in Jupiter. The bridge is closed for the next 20 months. US 1 from A1A to Old Dixie Highway alternate. A1A, US 1. That is your detour there. And we have bridge work that has shut down 6th Avenue South from Congress Avenue to Grove Street. Use Lantana Road. That's traffic on Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Service Experts Heating and Air Conditioning.
Water heater worries? There's an expert for that. Let your local experts at Service Experts Heating and Air Conditioning
Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
I don't know, Joe. It says talk back, but no one's talking back. Hello? Hello? I guess they'll call us back? I don't know. This is confusing. See if you can make sense of it here. What did it say to you? Yeah, I did that. All right, I'll hit it again. I don't know. Hello, Penthouse?
Hey, Greek, you keep talking about Rodgers going to the Jets and how great it would be for their fans. Well, what about the Packer fans? How do they feel about it? And also, what about Favre going to the Jets? You never talk about that. How did that work out?
Yeah, Greek, the Little League right fielder, once said the N on the side of Nebraska's helmet stands for knowledge. Little League right fielder.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
That's not true.
I have spoken about Brett Favre going to the Jets, and that did not work out well. And he ended up in Minnesota, and that worked out good. He got him to the championship game. And I think the Packers and Rodgers are just done. And I just think it makes the Jets better. That's just my humble opinion about it. That's it. But, yeah, the Packer fans, I'm sure there'll be some that'll be happy, and there'll be some who are not happy. The same thing when Brett Favre left. And there was a lot of fans that were very happy about it, and a lot of fans were not. You're never ever going to make everybody happy. And Rodgers is definitely an MVP. I mean, 4 times he's won it, and he's definitely Hall of Famer. But, again, this is one of those situations when it's getting bad because it's going on, and I think people are getting irritated waiting for him.
I think more fans will be disappointed in seeing Rodgers leave from Green Bay. Green Bay fans, I mean.
I would think so.
I would think the majority would be, yeah.
but
I think he's still loved amongst the fans, is my point.
Yeah, I think he is, and I think some of them feel like I said, he's done. They feel like he's just like Brett Favre, same thing. They feel like, you're going to get a mixed bag and all that. It happens with all guys that have been around a long time. Happened with Jeter with the Yankees. Just everybody's got a different opinion. And some of these guys still think they can play, and sometimes they can. We'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if Rodgers went to the Jets and had a great year.
I wouldn't either. No, not with the tools they have there.
Nope. Perfect example we just saw a couple years ago was Brady. When, New England let him go, and he went to Tampa, and he won a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy's in the house. Good afternoon, Jimmy.
Hello, and good afternoon.
And good afternoon, Francis.
Hello, good afternoon.
Well, do you, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to talk to you about I was interested to hear about the Billy Joel thing.
Yeah. Apparently, for people that love Billy Joel and all the work that he's ever done, there is one person that doesn't like everything that he's ever done, and that person is Billy Joel himself. If he could, Billy would delete about 25% of his catalog.
That's a lot.
That's how much he doesn't, of his own songs that he doesn't care for. He said, quote, "I've written some real stinkers. I wish I could take them back. Sometimes I get 6 or 7 songs I thought were pretty damn good. And then, just squeeze out a couple, the fillers, on the rest of the album. And he realizes now that was a bad thing, and he wish he didn't do it. What are some of his least favorite songs? That he mentioned 2 of them. When in Rome from the 89 album Stormfront, and then You Were the One from the 1980s Glass Houses. Apparently the 2 songs that he thinks are real stinkers. Billy is currently on tour with Stevie Nicks, but it's not a farewell tour. In fact, something that you may not know about him, he hates it when bands do the farewell tours. He specifically mentioned The Who, which I don't think is any surprise, right? Because they were ones that obviously kept doing that. He didn't say Kiss.
I was going to say, they've had a million farewell tours.
I'd say the Kiss is the king of farewell tours, in my opinion. But yeah, apparently that's something
They're still doing a farewell tour. They're still on tour for their farewell tour that launched like 3 years ago.
I know.
And I think they announced more dates, and like Skid Row is going to be going with them too.
Elton John was on a long one too. I mean, he was all over the place for like a year and a half.
Well, to be on one that's lengthy is fine. It's how many they've been. Because, that's the thing, even with Kiss. I mean, this one that Kiss is on now has been going on for some time. But
isn't it called the Final Farewell Tour?
But it's also, I think they even poked fun at themselves with it. But how many times have they done a farewell? I mean, at least 3 or 4.
And they say a lot of times it's the fans. Like, there's such a demand, and so we figure we do it again, stuff like that. But, Billy Joe, I see his point because he's like, that's what people are doing. They're buying it because they feel this is it. If you're a long time, a lot of the 80s
it's a money
groups,
maker. It's a money maker. He even made that known in this article, saying that I can make money, all kinds of different ways. I don't need to do farewell tours over and over again. I mean, even just making new music.
Yeah. I mean, he had the thing at the Garden for a long, long time where he was live, all the time, which was great. A lot of people went there. They actually have a banner at Madison Square Garden hung up for Billy Joel for the amount of shows that he has there, that he's performed there.
But that's a lot of his songs that he thinks that it weren't good. Yeah. 25%, a quarter of his entire catalog, he's not happy with. That seems pretty extensive for a guy so talented.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of, certain people, they say they produce things, and sometimes even movies. You hear people, a lot of actors said there was a lot of movies I didn't like.
There were stinkers, but I don't know, just 25% seems like a big number, only because I know that he's put a lot of music out. I mean, if, he's only had a few albums or something, that number means a little different, right? But when you're talking about 25% of a Billy Joel's catalog, that's a lot of songs.
The other thing with the record industry years ago was different. They used to have to put out a certain amount of albums per year, and I think they were a little bit more rushed. So, again, maybe he's got 6 or 7 songs that he really likes, and he's got to finish an album, so he puts together a couple, and he says, okay, I'm done with this. So I think it was a different time, too, in the record industry. I think now they have a little bit more time to do stuff on more of what they want to do in their timetable. 877-927-6969. Jimmy, I believe you have somebody on hold.
We do. Speaking of music, we have our good friend Sarah B. checking in with us from Nashville. Hey, Sarah, how are you?
I thought it was Billy Joel.
Sorry to disappoint you, Greek.
No, you
it's
never
a disappointment.
No, you kidding me? It's a bonus.
Even better than Billy Joel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now it's getting deep, Jimmy.
It's deep in here. It is. It's deep in here. It's for you to determine how deep it is, but it is deep in here.
Well, no, I actually just woke up because I worked at the bar yesterday, so it was a late night for sure. I actually worked a 12-hour shift.
You sound like me, Sarah. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, this is the result of 12 hours of having to sing and talk. So, yeah.
I get it.
But, oh, my God, I loved it. It was so much fun. I had such a good time last night. I actually was able to post a video on my social media of me doing one of my new favorite songs to do.
What is that? What's the song?
The song isn't new. It's actually, I found out it's actually from the Justice League movie.
Okay.
So, did you guys watch the Super Bowl commercial?
Some of them,
Yeah, most of them, yeah.
Okay. Did you see the one about calling people rock stars in the workplace?
Yeah. Yeah, Franny and I even made a video kind of parodying it where we did a thing where we called each other rock star and then we had Paul Stanley come up behind us and give us a bad look.
fun.
But yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
That's awesome. So I loved that commercial just on its own. It was hilarious.
Sure, yeah.
And then I'm watching the commercial, and I kind of felt bad because I'm like, why do I not know the only black guy in this commercial? I should know this. So, of course, I Googled him, and I found out it was Gary Clark Jr., and the first thing that popped up was Gary Clark Jr. Come Together.
Yes.
And I love that song.
It's so good.
Love that song. But I've never been able to find a way to do it to the Beatles track that I like as far as karaoke.
Ah, okay.
So I listened to it at work, and I'm not even 30 seconds in just the music alone. I was like, this is it.
If you've never heard Gary Clark's version, do it. Listen to it, download it, Gary Clark Jr. It is so good.
All right, I will. I will. I'm going to write that down right now.
Good. His rendition of Come Together. It's so good.
Yes, it is absolutely phenomenal. So now I have of course, mine's not as phenomenal, but now I have a version of Gary Clark Jr.'s version of Come Together.
But it's your version.
I got to check it out. You said so on your social media?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw
It's
part
on all of my social media.
Yeah, I saw part of that video and gave it a thumbs up. That was great rendition of it. I didn't realize it was his version, though.
Yes, it is. It's based off of his version. It is so. I love it because his version is basically he doesn't stray from the original melody. He just amps it up.
It's just harder. More rock.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh, it's awesome. I love it. So so I got to do that this weekend along with everything else, and it was just so much fun. But you guys were talking about Billy Joel not liking 25% of the songs that he's written, and I'm a writer as well. Not nearly as many songs as Billy Joel. Don't get me wrong, but. But yeah, there are some that I'm like, okay, these I would be super, super proud of. And then there's some that I'm like, that would probably just be like if I had to fill up an album kind of song. But
I mean,
it's just one of those things.
The record industry years ago was different too. They had a minimum of albums that they had to use to produce. And a lot of times, like Jimmy said, maybe they got 6 or 7. I got 10. I'll just throw a couple together. And see what happens.
Yeah, but he wishes he didn't do that. He wishes he didn't have those filler songs. Now, I don't know if that means that he would have held off on writing an album or putting out an album until he had more songs that he did like. The article doesn't say that, but I don't know. I've always kind of thought that, especially back in the 70s and 80s when I grew up listening to music, there was, the hits, the 4 or 5 that were supposed to be the bigger hits, and the rest was kind of filler.
Yeah, and sometimes you listen to an album, you heard something, you're like, wow, this is a great song, not thinking. Because the hits were played on the radio.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's, they would always, and the big hit was always sold like in a 45, and the other side was side B, that you would get different things. So sometimes you got bonused.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and then sometimes, too, they call those sometimes deep cuts when it's just an album track that never was released as a single, and then you hear and you're like, wait, but I really like this one, though. It's never been on the radio, but I like this one.
Yeah, a lot of people prefer that, too, even.
Yeah, and a lot of times the groups didn't make that decision either. That was the record company.
The record companies did, yeah.
Yeah, like what was going to be released as the top 40 or something like that.
Yeah.
They were just like, hey, this is what we're doing. And as you got more, obviously, success, you had more say.
Sure.
But in the beginning, you just went with what they told you. And that was it. And again, it was just put out the hits and make the money.
When's your album coming out, Sarah?
Yeah.
When I have a date on that, I'll give it to you.
Excellent. we're
We better be the first to know, right?
Yeah, anxiously looking forward to it.
Of course.
What is it going to be called? Do you have a thought of your album cover? Like, what it'll be called, actually?
No, not yet, because I'm a fan of like picking one song to be the album title,
okay,
or finding like a collection of, because I've got about 40 songs now that I've written. So it's just a matter of finding which ones I feel kind of tie together as a theme, or there's so many different things to go into naming an album.
Sure. I just thought you might have something in the works. And most of your songs that you wrote, you said 40. What are they basically about? Your life, love, experience?
Greek?
I write from, I haven't written one about you yet, Greek. I'm sorry. I'm working on it.
Get to work, Sarah.
Jeez.
What the hell?
I'm
going
not,
through a tunnel. You're breaking up.
Yeah, I'm not important.
Yeah, I was going to say, this call is over.
I
They're about, I write from inspiration. So
okay.
Some of them are about love. Some of them are about lost love. Some of them are about family and how horrible family can be sometimes.
Oh, that's nice.
And then some of them are about things that I just see. Like one of my favorite ones that I wrote a long time ago, I wrote after a night at the club, and I was just tired of seeing women who could look really cute if they just wore the right size clothing.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
What was the name of that song? Wear the right size, bitch.
No,
it's called It Don't Fit, bitch.
It don't fit, bitch. It don't fit, bitch. Look in the mirror.
If that's not the name of it, Sarah, it should be.
People want to hear that.
I like Look in the Mirror. That's a good one, too.
Yeah.
There is a line about a mirror, though. It's called Sexy When It Fits.
That's
there you
good.
go.
That's
All
good.
right.
Yeah, you don't need us.
Nice.
All
Yeah.
right. All right, Sarah, we're going to end this conversation because we're a little late, but you're always welcome to jump back in. You're like an ex-girlfriend that you meet at a party. We know you're going to always be good.
Wow. Aren't you glad you called?
I said always be good.
You're like an ex-girl, Sarah.
We love you, Sarah B.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.
It is the Penthouse. It is a Monday. Lot going on. Don't forget, after us, it is the News Junkie. We'll be back in a few minutes with a trifecta. Peace.
Rover's Morning Glory.
Crystal said she's never been to a strip club, so Jeffrey volunteered to take her to one, but it sounds like it wasn't so great. First impressions?
The smell is what hit me first at this place. It was a little musty in a weird way.
Aside from the smell, was it a nice place?
Was one girl who I would say was a wannabe stripper and probably a meth addict or something. I mean, she had no teeth. Her teeth were just those little slivers of teeth.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10 on Real Radio 92.1 for the Palm Beaches and 101.7 for the Treasure Coast.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Our skies are mostly sunny as we move through the start of our Monday, but towards the late afternoon and evening, a cold front boundary is moving in, bringing us the chance of rain and a few thunderstorms. It's a hot one, though. We're going to be able to warm to around 90 today before the cooler air moves in overnight. Our highs will, though, fall back down into the 70s for Tuesday and Wednesday.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Reset your rest at Mattress Firm's Big Spring Sale. Shop top brands today and save up to $700. Plus, get a free adjustable base with select purchases. Time to score big savings on your dream bed.
In order for small businesses to thrive, they need to be smart, efficient, agile, staying ahead of the market at every turn, and finding ways to do more with less. That's never been more important than it is right now. So for a limited time, Comcast Business is introducing Small Business Savings, a deal for companies across the country. When you call in now, you can get powerful internet for just $39 a month for 12 months. $39 a month, with no annual contract and a money-back guarantee. All on the largest, fastest, reliable network for small businesses, with the company that powers more businesses than anyone else. So if you're a small business owner, don't wait. Call and get started today. Comcast Business. Powering possibilities.
Offer ends 3/21/23. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 50 megabits per second internet customers only. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Call or go online for details. After promo, regular rates apply.
We're Storm Smart. Here in Florida, that's a name people trust. For over 26 years, we've been making storm catcher screens, the leading hurricane safety product on the market, protecting over 90,000 Florida homes in communities just like yours. And while storms may come and go, one thing's for sure, Storm Smart's here to stay. Day in and day out, we'll be here, working harder to make sure you can breathe a little easier. Smart is protecting our community, today and tomorrow.
Imagine buying a pair of sneakers and getting a soothing, gentle foot massage like you'd get during a relaxing pedicure just by walking. Skechers' new Massage Fit sneakers. Because Skechers, the comfort technology company, has designed a unique innovation that makes it feel like you're pampering your feet with a gentle massage in every step. The secret is Skechers' new patented wave technology on the sole that gently massages your feet while you're walking around. Find them for men and women at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
You like to move it. At the United States Postal Service, we're reinventing our network to help keep your business moving. With new shipping options to deliver better value, greater flexibility to conveniently reach your customers, more confident shipping with new informed delivery features, and new electric vehicles for a cleaner, brighter future. Fast, reliable, perfectly orchestrated. The United States Postal Service, delivering for America. Learn more at USPS.com/moving forward. Move it.
When I can't sleep, my mind just races. I think about work, the kids, but I don't think about taking melatonin because I'm afraid I'll feel groggy in the morning.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies has an optimal dose of melatonin for no next-day grogginess, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake up feeling refreshed. ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies for better sleep like never before. And try Pure Z Sleep plus Next Day Energy with melatonin plus extended release B vitamins.
Hey y'all, this is your girl Cheryl Underwood, and I want to tell you something. My digestive system used to make me feel sluggish, but those days are over. Now I feel great. That's because I increased my fiber intake with the Metamucil 2-week challenge, and I'm still hooked. I just took Metamucil every day for 14 days, and it's really that easy. Metamucil traps and removes the waste that weighs you down, so you feel lighter and more energetic. Now I never want to go back to that heavy feeling. Are you ready for the Metamucil 2-week challenge? For a coupon and daily support, sign up at Metamucil.com today.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I'm asking about Prevnar 20 because there's a chance pneumococcal pneumonia could put me in the hospital.
Age 65 or older, you may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I want to be able to keep my plans.
So I'm asking my doctor about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Jupiter will be the busy spot for the next 20 months. It is bridge work. US 1 from A1A to Old Dixie Highway is closed. Your alternate A1A. 6th Avenue South shut down due to road work from Congress to Grove Street. Your detour there, 10th Avenue North or Lantana Road. That's traffic on Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Reset your rest at Mattress Firm's Big Spring Sale. Shop top brands today and save up to $700. Plus, get a free adjustable base with select purchases. Time to score big savings on your dream bed.
We're everywhere you need to be.
I've been everywhere, man.
Tell your 92.1 on iHeartRadio. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to The Penthouse on the week of the madness beginning. How is your bracket, baby? For the next 3 days, you can defend it and tell why you're going to win. Then once Thursday starts, all hell breaks loose. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon.
And good afternoon, Franny.
Hello, good afternoon.
And we're going to get into a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creek's Trifecta.
Dolphins made a big move over the weekend, picked up Ramsey, cornerback, all-pro 3 times with the Jaguars and the Rams. Won a Super Bowl a couple years ago. He's going to help that defense. Big pickup for the Dolphins, and they didn't give up much. So Miami going in the right direction, also picked up Tua's 5th year. And the madness is going to begin on Thursday, and the number 1 seeds are Kansas, Alabama, Houston, and Purdue. Besides Kansas, who won it all last year, the other 3 teams, a little surprised going in. Remember, Mattress Mac has Houston to win it all. He betted on them, I think, in November, December. The only problem is Houston lost their point guard. He might not be 100% for the tournament, but we'll see what happens. Hats off to FAU Owls. First time in 20 years, they're going to the big dance. So way to be Owls, and they covered a lot this year. So, man, not only are they good, but they made you money. And the Miami Hurricanes are also in the tournament. They should have a good run. I don't know how deep they'll go. They had an injury last week in the semifinals in the ACC tournament against Duke. One of their star players got injured. And Duke's one of those teams that is playing well. You're going to hear a lot of teams that are like sexy picks. Some people are saying Texas, maybe Duke, maybe Alabama. But it's going to be fun. It's going to start Thursday, and the madness will continue. Speaking of madness, Aaron Rodgers has a lot of madness. He went to a little hibernation for 4 days, a dark room, said he came out and he found he's clear now what he should do. Well, he's not letting the Jets know or the Packers or the world yet, but he says the decision will come through. And last week, Tiger Woods had some issues with his ex-girlfriend, and she put some court papers in. And now Tiger is responding today saying that she doesn't deserve any money and she's just a jilted lover. And he's going to fight her, and she's suing him for $30 million. That is a lot of cash. They were together supposedly for about 6 years. And her side of the story is that she got tricked out of going out of the house. They changed the locks. There's always 3 sides to every story. We'll see what happens. And I'm sure she'll get some money, but I don't know if she'll get $30 million. And that is your last trifecta of the day.
So with that Tiger Woods thing, yeah, she, as G-Man mentioned, claimed that they had an oral agreement that she could live in his house. And according to some new legal docs that were filed by Tiger Woods' team, there was no written or oral agreement about her living there. And it said during the relationship, Mr. Woods invited Miss Herman to live with him as his guest in the residence.
I'm sure he didn't say that.
Mr. Woods never negotiated. Well, this is his team saying this.
Yeah, of course.
Mr. Woods never negotiated an oral tenancy agreement with Miss Herman, nor was there ever a written one, basically is what they're saying, or the trust on the one hand and Miss Herman on the other hand. Mr. Woods never transferred to Miss Herman any ownership interest or right of possession to the residence. So they're saying that she has absolutely no leg to stand on here. So I guess we will see what happens. As mentioned before last week, she is looking to invalidate the NDA, and she is suing him for $30 million. I think it's so ridiculous.
That's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. Yeah. I'm sure the oral agreement you have with anybody, it's your word against mine. But I'm sure he was like, hey, when we're together, you're here. You know what I mean? I don't think he ever said to her, like, hey, you're staying here as a guest. Even if you live with somebody now, if you live with somebody you're dating, you don't say to them, like, we're living together. That's what we're doing. I never heard anybody saying, like, hey, you're my guest.
Well, no, that's in legal terms. This is his team writing it, that she was living there as a guest in his residence.
Okay.
Basically saying that she doesn't have any right or ownership or anything like that.
There's no rental agreement.
Yes.
There's no house ownership, title or anything like that. There's nothing to back it up as far as legal her residency.
And he's going against the trust, too. Tiger's a billionaire. Give her $1 million and let her be happy and just let her start her life over. She's been with you 6 years. Again, there's always 3 sides to every story. We don't know really what happened. But it's obviously it's out there now, and people are talking about it. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call. You can also text us, or you can email Jimmy at realradio921. A lot of things on the table today. The Oscars, if you saw them, what'd you think? How do you think the ratings did? Also putting back, changing the clocks, did that affect you? And if it did today, you can't be late again tomorrow. So be on time tomorrow if today you did anything like that. And the madness, are you going to get involved? Those things are on the table.
There's a list online of old common household items that are now considered super dangerous. And here is a list of them, and I thought we could add our own, too. Anything that's going on right now that is super dangerous that maybe we will see that in the future, though, will be banned or something like that. But one of this was lead-based paint and leaded gas, something that we obviously is going back quite a ways. that all of a sudden was a normal, just everyday household item. And then we now have decided that they are about chemically made colors, had arsenic pigments in them. And apparently that's something that now has been banned. That was an everyday item, right, back in the day?
Yeah, but back with that lead-based paint, I know as a realtor here in Florida that if the house is built before 78, I believe the year is, that you have to give that buyer a disclosure, the lead-based paint disclosure on there.
Really?
Yeah.
78, huh?
I believe 78 is the year, yes.
I thought it was. I thought they got rid of it much earlier than that. So something to think of too. There you go. Buildings and household appliances that contained asbestos. I mean, that's something that we remember. Big. That was big in the cities.
Yeah.
Back then, when a lot of the insulation was asbestos was used in insulation. These are household items that have been found to be very dangerous over the from the past. Batteries and fertilizer containing cadmium. Talc and baby powder and cosmetic powders that were linked to cancer. Teflon, here's one that I didn't realize. Teflon in nonstick cookware, which has cancer-causing chemicals. The primary concern is a chemical, right, I'm not going to...
Try that one.
Perfluorocatonic acid, which was used to make Teflon until 2013. So that's not too long ago. Science teachers using liquid mercury in school experiments. I remember that, even in my time in high school.
Yeah, I don't think we did that.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Cars only started requiring seatbelts in 1966, and in some states it took decades for seatbelt laws to go into effect. Also, car seats for babies didn't become a mainstream thing until the 80s.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Until the 80s for babies.
because I mean, not having kids, I didn't really put that into perspective. Because to me, car seats have always been around, but that's my adult life, right? So I don't think about it from the years prior to that. But they didn't even start putting the seatbelts in the cars until, in the time frame of 1966.
I can't believe today there's school buses that don't have seatbelts.
None of them do.
Crazy. When I heard that, I remember my stepson. I'm like, what do you mean there's no seatbelts? How do they not have those for kids?
The problem is they can't escape if the bus rolls over. That's the problem. Then they're stuck hanging there, and then there's the possibility of fire. And if that's the case, and they can't get out, and you have a lot of children versus it's one of those things. It's a safety thing. You weigh like one negative to the other, right? Yeah. And I'm not picking a side. No. That's at least everything that I've ever heard.
I didn't even know that, but I just was shocked that there's no seatbelts.
Have you ever been on a bus that has seatbelts?
No. I never been on a bus.
I mean, you don't go, like with a city bus or anything. I don't. I know any charter buses I've ever been on, they don't have seatbelts.
I thought one time we did something for Gulfstream, and I thought we were on a bus that we got that then there was seatbelts. But I
wonder if newer ones do now. It's quite possible. I'm not sure.
This is a nice bus. It was it was years ago, maybe like 7 or 8 years ago. We went down like 40 of us at Gulfstream, like betting with the Greek or whatever it was for the day. But I thought it had seatbelts, but I'm just surprised.
Maybe it did. Around 50 years ago, hitchhiking was a very common way of getting around. And, it's funny, too, because the first thing I did it earlier in the show, and I'll do it again, because the idea is you don't get into cars with strangers, but we do that now with the Uber and Lyft. With ride shares.
But remember hitching? Everybody hitched.
Oh, yeah.
Freddie, let me ask you a question. Brightline, did they have seatbelts?
No.
Okay.
Really?
Not many trains have seatbelts.
Wow. Now I'm more surprised than buses.
I could be mistaken. Maybe I just never put on the seatbelt if it's there, but I don't recall. If I'm incorrect, and even on the Brightline, I've never put on a seatbelt on the Brightline.
I was curious about that.
Yeah. I
think you would know.
I know, but maybe I just never paid attention. I just know because now that you say it, I'm like, do they? I've never worn a seatbelt on the Brightline. I don't think there are any.
Okay. As fast as they go, you would think.
But if I am incorrect, let me know.
Well, I kind of equate it to an airplane, right? Yeah. So airplanes have seatbelts. They really only require you to wear them on takeoffs and landings, or if there's turbulence.
Yeah.
But because, I mean, especially on longer flights, you can get up and stretch, or bigger, jets, you can get up and go to lounges. And same thing with Brightline. They've got the lounge area you can go to. So you get up, you wouldn't wear a seatbelt, but you would think at certain aspects, maybe if you are sitting, they would recommend to have a seatbelt on.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. Another item that was considered dangerous back in the day they got rid of course, cigarettes. And while people have been known that cigarettes weren't good for you for a long time, it's only been about 20 years since people were stopped from smoking indoors in restaurants, bars, and venues. And that's true. I get that. It hasn't been that long.
Even when you watch a movie, like, you catch a movie and they're smoking, it's still, to me, it's like, you're looking at it.
It's constant. I see it constantly in the movies, and it's something that jumps out at me. And I always wondered if that's the tobacco industry trying to, pepper it in there so that Hollywood still portrays it in there. I mean, I will always understand movies like Catch Me If You Can, where it's like there's such a big amount of it that's in that office setting and in the 50s and 60s where everybody smoked in an office, and so you would see it a lot.
Liquor. Oh, yeah, you opened up, you had your decanter full of whatever, cognac or bourbon or scotch. And everybody's pouring a glass and lights up a stogie or a cigarette. Yeah.
Here's another one that probably jump out at you too. Heroin was used medicinally and recreationally in the 19th century. So was cocaine.
Wow.
And
we put cocaine in Coca-Cola back in the day.
That's what I mean. Yeah. At least that's the one that jumped out at me. And I think they used it for other times too, especially like as a painkiller type thing. Hell, they used alcohol as a painkiller as well back then. But those were some common everyday things from back in the day. And I was going to open it up. We're a little late in the show to open it up. But if you do, give us send us an email, Jimmy@realradio921.com. What are some common day things that we have right now that you might see down the road they get rid of because they're dangerous?
I don't know. There's a lot of stuff. I wonder if you'll ever hear anything down the road about microwave, stuff like that, if that it was harmful to you.
They've been around. That's
when
microwave's been
70s.
What, 80 or microwaves themselves have been around, I want to say 70 years.
Yeah.
When it was first discovered. Microwave ovens were maybe in this early 70s or something.
60s,
so they came out, as a cooking tool.
Yeah, they weren't as common then.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you never know. It might be something. It is the Penthouse on a Monday. Hope you guys had a good day. And remember, it's going to get better.
Portofino.
Tough for it. That's bad for you. It affects your brain.
It's too dangerous. The ladies just can't stand it.
Oh, my God.
They can't get away from it.
Yeah, right. I doubt it. It is the Penthouse on a Monday. Jimmy, great job as always. And you were on time today, even though you changed your clocks. Thank you for so much that you do behind the scenes with the blog and everything you bring.
Well, thank you very much, Greek. Thank you very much, Francis. Thank you for listening.
Franny, great job. I know you did so much this weekend, and you came to work today 100%. Thank you so much for everything you do, handling the text line, doing everything you do, and happy Monday to you.
Time for a nap.
Thank you. Not yet. Still got to do some more work, but then after that, going to bed.
Nap time. Going to bed. I'm going to go to bed
I'll
at
still be here for another 3 hours.
5 o'clock, and I might be late again tomorrow.
I made it before the mics cracked, so that's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
All that matters.
You did a great job.
No, thank you for everything. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your Monday. Do you have any parting words?
It's
G-Man?
your bracket, baby, so do some studying and get ready. You got 3 days to make it happen. I would not fill it out till maybe Wednesday. Get all the information you can, and then just get ready to enjoy March Madness. Remember, 68 million Americans will be playing the tournament in some capacity. That could be you. Have some fun with it.
My bracket's already gone. It's already busted.
It's already busted. Didn't even start yet.
They haven't even started yet. My bracket's busted.
It's already done, my bracket. Didn't even start. They didn't play one game. It is the Greek, Francis, and Jimmy. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow on the Penthouse 92.1 Real Radio. Have a great afternoon, everybody. Bye.
Hey, it's Rover from Rover's Morning Glory. Wake up with me each morning. Just tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio. And you can wake up with me right next to you. Romantic.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Our skies are mostly sunny as we move through the start of our Monday, but towards the late afternoon and evening, a cold front boundary is moving in, bringing us a chance of rain and a few thunderstorms. It's a hot one, though. We're going to be able to warm to around 90 today before the cooler air moves in overnight. Our highs will, though, fall back down into the 70s for Tuesday and Wednesday.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Reset your rest at Mattress Firm's Big Spring Sale. Shop top brands today and save up to $700. Plus, get a free adjustable base with